And he goes, it's not so good.
I accidentally hit record. That's what we're starting on.
Okay, great, fantastic.
Everybody, welcome to Super Gamecraft 2. I'm one of your hosts, Bronson Fiore, joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
All right, starting coffee now at late PM.
You're gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
You know what? I just ate 3/4 of a pizza, so
we're terrible. It's all gonna go bad soon.
It's because we're not at a normal time, and that's why.
Well, right.
Yeah, because I had extra life, and then I worked overtime, so it ended up being just this fucking blur of time that I essentially skipped and walked through.
It was a weird weekend for both of us for a couple different reasons.
Yeah, so I did the Extra Life thing.
You did Extra Life. How was that?
It was great, man. We raised a good $100 on my part. The team as a whole, after Jordan gets her bits payment from Twitch, I think she said she made something like $100 as well.
Damn.
And then Matt is streaming on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Because that's the only day he can get.
Oh God, that sucks. But yeah, all right.
And fun fact: Ray can't stream due to his schedule, but he was originally planning to do 24 hours of Pokemon.
Oh man!
Like he was just going to stream Pokemon Sword for 24 hours.
Oh Jesus! Is there a 24-hour game there? There may be.
Yeah. If not, he's the type who will catch them all. So.
Well, yeah. There's always stuff to do after you get the badges.
Yeah, he has completed the decks. So.
Well, you can't complete the decks in this. I don't know.
We'll discuss all that shit later.
Yeah, slightly.
All right, so I'm gonna list to you the order in which I played video games.
Yeah, you are gonna list all these games.
Because I played a lot of fucking video games.
You jumped around. Did you play like one an hour or something?
No, like some of these.
You jumped around a lot.
Yeah, like from when Hearthstone hits. I started jumping around a lot because I was getting tired. I was trying to find a game that was going to keep me up.
Yep.
And guess what? Turns out the answer is, people, Madden. You want to keep me up? Madden.
Yeah, the very brief time I checked into the stream while I was doing my other stuff, I saw you, and then I looked at the screen, and then there's your cursor moving, and it clicks install Age of Empires 2. It's like, oh man, what's going on? About to happen here.
Oh Lord. No, I ended up installing Crash Bandicoot, and I wanted to play Crash 2, but they don't install that one first. They install fucking 1 first, so I played like 2 levels of 1, and I was like, I want to play 2. So I'm going to stop.
Alright.
So yeah, I started out with Death Stranding, and the first 4 hours was Death Stranding.
Okay, yeah.
That game has a great-ass story. I am sold on that narrative in that world. It is
I'll share some thoughts on Death Stranding after your Extra Life stuff and what else you've been playing. But yeah, 4 hours in.
Yeah, we might as well talk about if you.
Okay, all right, yeah, let's talk about it now. We're talking about the game now.
Yeah, so.
Let me know.
Did the first 2 big deliveries? The first one, and then the second one being the one where you get swarmed by the dudes.
Yes.
Yeah, where you
have the camera around in the truck.
Yeah, they have the trippy fucking like blackout thing. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that whole scene is something else.
Yeah. So I think this story is super fucking awesome. Like, I love the story and the narrative. But fucking A. This is not a good game. If you woke up early.
Oh yeah, see, nope.
And you are not fully awake. Like there are a couple of times where I blacked out for like 3 seconds. I was like, oh, okay, back to walking.
It's you got to understand, people who are listening to this. Like, you play the first couple hours, and I want to say at least half of it is cutscene.
Yeah, no, it is.
At least
it is.
Like you have to be like going into this like, I'm gonna sit down for a movie and I'm gonna grab my popcorn. And I'm occasionally gonna use this controller.
I even said during that period where I was just like, This is definitely a Kojima game.
Oh man, it makes it known.
This, yeah, just on the entire time, just like weird concept, high concept shit, long 1 hour cutscenes. Just they really just let him do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Well, it's also funny that they had that news story that the Kojima Productions is considering making movies. Because I'm playing this game, it's like you guys made like 3 in this.
What I'm saying is like I don't think he'll stand out as much in film because there's a million of films that are weird and fucking like you took
Crazy.
Yeah, if you took this to an indie film fucking show, there wouldn't be the discussion there is at a game show.
Exactly.
Like
Yes.
like you this kind of like you take Death Stranding to fucking like the Sundance Film Festival, people can be like, "Oh, that's cool."
All right.
But like you take this shit to TGS or PAX, people are like, "What the fuck is this?"
Well, and then combine the fact that Kojima approaches gameplay differently than a lot of people,
Yes,
and
differently.
that's a huge element.
Right, and I think this game is kind of it's like from a gameplay standpoint, there are times where it is like really dry, but it's like it was kind of therapeutic in a way.
Yes. Yes.
Where I'm just
you
not,
understand, Bronson. Oh.
Oh, we're gonna be those pretentious assholes.
Well,
Got
no,
it.
so like it's hard. So okay, so I just want to preface right now. I finished the story mode. I finished it at about 42, 43 hours.
Oh fuck, this one is a long one. Okay.
Yep.
All right, go on.
And that's with like almost 0 side missions. So, but like, I can't. When I talk about this game, I have a lot of thoughts, and I'm happy to talk about it with people. And we can't talk about it here because there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and you're still not very far in it, so you're
Yeah,
still figuring
well,
stuff out.
I ended up playing, another game which I'll get to. It actually wasn't in
You
my.
you made quite a few. You played quite a few games after this,
Um,
but it's hard to describe. The world that Kojima builds is, fascinating. It's just absolutely fascinating and crazy. The story, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the story as it progresses.
okay, I'll keep you
'Cause,
updated. So,
yeah, when it starts promisingly. I think even the people who don't like the game think the game starts out promising. It's how you take it as it goes on. That's the real test. So, but if you enjoy those, did you enjoy the first 4 hours?
yes, I enjoyed it enough, but it was also the pacing was kind of like it was very chill.
Yep.
So I was kind of at the point where I was like, okay, I need to move to something that's a little more snappy.
Yes.
But I really liked, played well, controlled well for what it was.
Yeah.
Story's intriguing. I am down. I'm not sure if I'll finish it in all honesty,
Sure.
but I really like where it's going so far. We'll see. And also I like the multiplayer, the asynchronous multiplayer setup.
Yeah. If you get to the Midwest area with Lake Knot City and all that, that's where that is really all happening mostly. And I have for the last couple of days been like, I finished the game and I'm like, oh, I should go in and build a road. I should build that road. I dumped some resources into that road. I wonder if they finished it. Maybe I should get in there. I have a generator in there. I can level it up. And if I level it up enough, I can add music. And then I can pick some music to play out. And people would like that. I'd get more likes that way. And it's that game just, yeah. I played it. I finished it, the story. And that game is going to be super divisive. It is already. You kind of find out if you're going to like it or not about 10, 15 hours in. Once you get to the Midwest, that's basically the game as far as gameplay is concerned.
I'll keep you updated.
Yep.
Because
I'd love to have a discussion on it.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably not gonna play much of it this upcoming week because of all the overtime I have.
Oh yeah, no, and then there's other games coming out. And
Yeah, like
we're still in it.
Yeah, no, it's especially because I'll get to the game that really fucking made me a happy boy during this stream. That I loved a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, so anyway,
Death Stranding.
yeah, yeah, very intrigued to see where it goes.
Yep. Yep.
Um, so next up was Dragon Ball Fighters.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
I needed something to just. I needed like. I'm like, what is a game that's just pure adrenaline the entire time?
That
Dragon
demands
Ball.
that demands you watch every single frame.
Yeah, I need something that demands everything of me. I need my mind and body, and I'm just like Dragon Ball Fighters. So I popped it in, and first off, I went on a little bit of a winning streak. Second
Okay.
off, I finally got that achievement I needed for the multiplayer. I have no more multiplayer achievements to go. I just have to grind out money. That's
Oh
it.
man, that's great.
I'm gonna platinum my favorite fighting game eventually. I'm so stoked.
Good.
I like fucking A. I'll probably
Damn.
platinum it. To be fair, I have so much money left to grind that I'll probably be platinuming it right as the second one comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Broly's out in it soon. New Broly,
Oh
not old Broly.
God, the new Broly.
The new Broly and his trailer. I'll cut ahead to a new story. His trailer came out. He looks like a monster. He has a
man.
command grab where he straight up does that slam he did against Goku, the Loki slam. Just boom, boom, boom.
Oh Jesus
And I'm
Christ.
just like this. And I've been waiting for like a real bruiser to that game because like OG Broly is kind of one. 16 is kind of one.
Okay.
But like this is the first one that seems like this dude is just grabs and punches and simple as shit combos. He is just a berserker.
All right.
Because these are the two characters I like in fighting games. I like big, beefy grapplers who just intimidate the shit out of you,
Yep.
and I like just rush down. Like I like Gohan. Like in Dragon Ball Fighters, that would be Vegito and Gohan.
Okay.
I just want to be in your face all the time and put you in the corner, and you don't get to leave it. I put baby
right.
in the corner.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got that achievement / trophy. I did a couple more matches. I got a big fan of the game to come and follow me on Twitch. Awesome.
Yeah.
Then I moved to Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
All right.
Once again, another game that requires a lot of focus, a lot of just every little thing. Went on a good win streak there. But then I started to get hungry. So I postmated,
Okay.
or sorry, DoorDashed rather, some Chick-fil-A. And we had about a 15-minute stream of me eating Chick-fil-A.
Did you review it at least?
Yeah, I said.
right.
I said this was excellent. I said, and then I complained about KFC a whole bunch. It's because now Chick-fil-A serves mac and cheese.
What does KFC have?
Well, exactly. Well, yeah.
They got their popcorn chicken.
Chick-fil-A, and also Chick-fil-A has healthy options. So
Okay.
like, if I'm like, they serve grilled chicken and grilled chicken nuggets and fruit cups.
Oh.
So if I'm like out and about and I like want fast food or just need a quick food, like that is now an option.
Jeez, wow.
So yeah, no, Chick-fil-A. Also, they are no longer, as of today, giving money to anti-LGBTQ facilities, corporations, etc.
I saw that. I thought that was interesting because I feel like their business has been going up and up and up and up.
Well, they can now go up and up further.
Right.
I think that this goes back to our Blizzard conversation, but these corporations don't actually have political views. Their political view is the almighty dollar.
Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, yeah, there was very, and then like, yeah. So now that was the only qualm about eating Chick-fil-A forever.
Right.
Like,
that was it. Like other than that, I've heard nothing but good things about Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, it's good ass food. It's cheap.
Yeah.
You know, like, dude, no, yeah, like highly approve. So
I could use a Chick-fil-A on Sundays.
yeah, that's well. Yeah,
I should say Chick-fil-A since I've never had Chick-fil-A, but I like to have fast food sometimes on Sunday.
yeah, for me, that's the problem with Chick-fil-A. They're not open Sunday.
Yeah.
But like, I normally eat my garbage on Saturday or
Saturday,
Friday.
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. The reason I don't do Sunday is, well, I don't do Sunday too often, is because I'm A, busy, and B, usually my girlfriend likes to go out, and we get she prefers actual restaurants, or at minimum like a deli,
Right.
versus like, here's this food, they serve it to you in a bag. It was $5.99.
That's one way of saying Five Guys.
Yeah.
If my time at church has taught me anything, everyone at Chick-fil-A wants to be at Denny's at noon on Sunday. So, or IHOP.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so I don't know. And that did that. But no, their mac and cheese is bomb. Because that's a new. That's like a new product for them. It's better than the KFC stuff. So it's like, why would I even go there now?
So so the only thing I have left for KFC is mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And same with their biscuits are pretty good too.
There's a specific game that I played while I had the only time I ever got mashed potatoes and gravy from KFC, and then I never did it again, was Red Dead Revolver.
Weird, but okay.
It was very weird. I rented Red Dead Revolver, and at that same day I got KFC mashed potatoes and gravy for some reason, and then it became like this weird ritual where I would play that game with that, and the moment I finished that game, I also just stopped I stopped eating KFC.
See, you should have moved to Gun.
See, I should have moved to Gun.
Gun was better, in all honesty.
People have been talking mess about Gun.
Why didn't they ever make another one?
I guess it wasn't well received.
Here's the thing. I understand talking shit about Gun, like by today's standard.
Because
you have the two Red Deads. Of course. There's nothing else. And also compared to other games from 2004/5.
It was an open world game. You're riding your horse around. Red Dead Revolver couldn't even provide that.
Yeah, no, you had to wait till Red Dead Redemption.
Yes. And obviously Red Dead Redemption blew it out of the damn water, but that was like years later.
I forgot you buy Gun on Steam. It's $20.
See, why would they charge $20? That's crazy.
I remember the last boss of that game being hard as hell.
Because I think people
this came out day and date on Steam. It came out November 17th, 2005.
What?
Yeah, fucking hell.
Wow. Okay, so its Metascore is at 76 with a user score of 79.
That's good.
That's respectable.
Yeah, that's at least, if you're a fan of this kind of stuff, you'll enjoy this.
Right. IGN gave it 80. GameSpot gave it 74.
Also, which version is it? Because a lot of people kind of crapped on the 360 version because it felt kind of just like a slightly upped-res PS2 version. Same thing with Tony Hawk.
I see.
Whatever year, the American Wasteland, I want to say, was that year's.
This says Xbox. It doesn't say 360.
Yeah, okay, so it's probably OG Xbox. Okay. Yeah,
that was reviewed by Greg Kasavin. Gun sets you loose in the Wild West, where you can shoot your way through a very brief but entertaining storyline and undertake some decent side missions while you're at it.
Oh, I'm gonna look up Greg's. See,
Gun was Red Dead Redemption before Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, like that's the thing you gotta understand is like you don't. Yeah.
05.
There was 2005. There was no real. There was Red Dead Revolver, which was kind of worse. Yeah.
Right. Red Dead Revolver's big thing was you would do your quick draw, and then it would go into slow-mo, and then you would try to hit as many people as possible, kind of like a quick draw in a cowboy, shootout. It was fun. That was fun. But then the stuff around it, who cared other than the cool main character design. Greg Kasavin. The bad on Gun. Some of the violence and profanity feels too gratuitous. Took points away.
I I want them to release what the algorithm was.
I know.
I want to do it for every game I've ever reviewed. I want to do it for every game I ever reviewed. I would spend hours on it. Literal hours.
Oh, it'd be fun.
I've reviewed hundreds of video games. So
I mean, they went. Didn't they kind of go through the process on a bombcast for Super Mario Brothers? Ben had to.
Well, yeah, but they didn't explain like the actual percentages, like how you do, because it's an equation. So like, I want to plug that equation into my TI-83 that I still have from high school, actually, and just run that shit over and over and over. So, this is what he says about the 360 version. Gun for the 360 offers the too little content for it to be a truly satisfying game, and it's got little in the way of visual punch to boot. The shooting and riding action makes for a good time to be sure, but the hastily delivered storyline, which fittingly concludes with an incredibly abrupt ending, and the lack of any real depth to the game world makes Gun much better suited for some quick, fleeting thrills instead for the long haul. So you give it a rental if you run out of other 360 games to play. And then specifically, he notes in the you got a 6.4 here, specifically because on the 360 visuals don't take advantage of 360 looking bland and blurry. Which, yeah, looking at this, it really does look like they just up-resed the Xbox.
Yeah.
And then higher retail price than other versions for no good reason. Because you have to remember that this is the generation that started $60 instead of $50.
That's right.
Because PS2 games and Xbox games were $50. And then Microsoft...
Wasn't the beginning of Xbox like 80?
No, that you're thinking N64.
Hang on. Maybe I'm thinking of original Xbox. I remember.
No, original Xbox games were $50.
Okay.
I'll look that up right now.
I remember paying $80 for.
They give me consoles, but not games. How much did Xbox games launch it cost? Okay, what was the first Xbox game? Let's see. Yeah, no. I remember it being games for that system being $50. I very much remember. So anyway, so that was the first generation that happened. And I remember, like, at first, Microsoft said, oh, it's only going to be we're only going to do our really worthwhile first-party games that way. And third parties, they can pick and choose.
Right.
And at first, because some games you could get for, like, I got Dead or Alive, I want to say, for $50. I remember getting Blitz the League for, like, $50. But then just eventually, like, everyone just switched over immediately.
Yeah.
Like, just everyone just flipped. Like, I think it was, by the end of the first year, it was done. The dream was dead, $60 was the standard. Which now, $60 is still the standard, though if you play fighting games, no bitch, it's $100. Alright, so then I hopped into Jedi Fallen Order. Oh, that game is good.
Yeah?
That game is real good.
I just got that in on Gamefly.
That, if you like Uncharted with a little bit of Metroidvania thrown in, ooh, that game was good.
Interesting.
It looks great. It's really, the combat's super fun. Like, it is fun just to stand there and parry at the right time and send the laser back. Literally, I'll just stand there and be like, bing, boom, bing, boom. That's great. The story seems intriguing so far. The combat feels like it's very similar to Dark Souls. In fact, into the fact that you have similar healing, where it's like you have an equivalent to an Estus flask. You have you're very much based around dodging and parrying at the right time. And dodging and parrying the right things. I would say it's like baby Dark Souls, because I consider it to be far easier than a Dark Souls game ever would be.
That sounds like a way for me to get into Dark Souls.
And also, it has an easy mode, which, the only thing that I don't like is the save system. I don't find it that hard, except for the save system can be a little cruel.
Sure.
Because it does the Metroidvania thing of find a checkpoint.
Oh, damn! Wow.
So you make sure when you go to one of those, you fucking use it.
Ugh, okay.
Which you probably will, because you'll probably need to heal anyway. So
As long as they have that incentive there.
yeah. So and that's also where you upgrade your skill points. So yeah. So here's my real complaint about it, and I've asked around and I've done my homework. This is amongst pretty much every version of the game. It's not polished.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
So it has some real technical issues. So you'll run it when you move to a new zone. It'll hitch and stutter real hard. Like I'm running on a fairly capable PC. The processor's a little dated. It's an i7 6700K, but I'm still on a regular. I'm on a 1080. I've overclocked it. 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM. So I'm like, this should be fairly capable, especially when compared to like what the box says you need to run it. And now, granted, I was streaming it at the time, so that can affect performance.
Sure.
Except when I tried it later, without running XSplit, I was experiencing the problem significantly less, but still did have the issue where it'd be like stutter, 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 stutter. Okay, back to normal, fine. And it's not enough to ruin the experience, but it's enough to be fucking annoying.
Yeah. Well, so does it seem like something that can be fixed with enough updates?
Oh, yes, absolutely. This feels very much like, if this had like another month or two of polish, this would have been fine.
Okay.
At least on the PC version on a high-end PC.
Right.
Now, so this is basically what I've heard. I've heard the Xbox One X and PS4 Pro have hitching problems, but they're not as bad. As a lower end PC or just a PC that has issues. And then I've heard that the base Xbox One, he would actually, this is what Digital Foundry said, if I'm giving the game a 4 out of 5, the base Xbox One version is getting a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
And then the PS4 version also has similar issues, but not as bad, but barely better.
Okay.
So, and then I've also heard if you just have enough raw PC horsepower, that a lot of this does get relegated the further up the food chain you go.
Okay.
But even then, it still has optimization issues that will need to be patched.
Okay.
That said, I think it says everything about the quality of this damn game, that even though those issues exist, I am still loving fucking every minute of it.
Right. It seems like people, as long as word of mouth gets out that this is a good game that just needs some work, in a time when developers and publishers, well, developers obviously understand, but publishers understand that they need to get these things working.
So I generally know why that this is in this place.
Okay.
It's a Star Wars game.
So it is a Star Wars game.
What is out in December?
Oh god, it's the movie.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker.
Damn.
So that's probably why EA was like, no, motherfuckers, you need to get this out by November. We have a deal with Xbox.
Yeah.
This is going to be their big pack-in game, which is their pack-in game. And then we also have to tie the marketing in with the movie. You need to put this shit out now.
Yep.
Which, if you did buy the deluxe edition of it, you can get a free movie ticket on Fandango. So I'm guessing that's what happened.
Okay, that makes sense.
That, and like the announcement of it seemed a little rushed. Not this E3, but the E3 before that. Zampella was in the crowd, and like they had him announce the game, and they didn't show anything. So. It seems like they're like, crap, this show's gonna bomb. We need something big.
Oh, jeez.
They just like went to Zampella and the crowd's like, you're gonna do this. So, yeah, I hope that, like, it's obviously gonna get patched. It's definitely not as bad as like Arkham or like a bunch of other games, but it definitely you are going to be having some stutter issues. If that's something big for you, wait. It'll probably be fixed by spring.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, man. Like the combat feels good. Like it does the Dark Souls thing where it's like rolls, parries, cues to read. It does the Metroidvania thing of a like, oh, you'll run into a wall. Like I don't have anything to do that now, but I bet I'll do have something later.
Yeah.
It does. And there's multiple work. It does the Mass Effect thing where you can travel to different planets. Yeah, like, and I like where it's set in the story. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd.
Sure.
I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
And the time period that is not really explored much in any media is what happens between episode 3 and 4. It's like 20 years. It's like 22 years.
Yep.
And like just nothing talked about, nothing doing, but like so yeah. So this takes place in there, and I'm like wondering, okay, what happened to this kid? Because obviously he didn't succeed.
Right.
Like, because the thing about Battlefront 2, its story is it's set after Return of the Jedi. But I'm like, well, who the fuck cares? Because, like, obviously the First Order happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's... Like, if they did a game where it was, like, maybe about Luke Skywalker during that time period, I'd care.
Sure.
Which, But
I don't know when they retconned all of the lore around the movies. Like, I don't know, but anyway.
So let's put it this way: if this did not have the tech issues and it continues to be of this quality, if it continues to be of this quality, it'll definitely be in my game of the year list, my top 10.
Sure.
And if it did not have the technical issues, it would probably be a top 5.
Okay.
Like I really enjoyed the 4 hours I put into it.
All right. Nice.
So after that, I did some Smash Ultimate Online. I wanted to try out that Terry Bogard. Turns out I am bad with Terry Bogard.
What's up?
I just his style is really weird and kind of like janky to me. Like I said, I really like Rushdown and I really like throw heavies. And he's not either. It makes it weird and hard to play for me, and I find his supers to be weird. Which sucks because I like him as a character a lot. Like he's stylish, he's cool.
Yep.
But no, after that I went back to my standbys of Cloud and Little Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, and Banjo. Banjo's become a new standby of mine.
Nice.
So yeah, that was fun. That was kind of a little intermission for Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion 3, spent about an hour and a half on. We beat a boss. Like that was thinking, okay, we're gonna go to a new floor and beat a boss, and then we're gonna move on to something else. And we went to a new floor. We beat a boss. He was a security guard. So I can finally talk more about that game since I've gotten past the introduction part.
Okay.
It's so goddamn charming.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cute. Every single ghost is goofy and weird and makes you laugh. And Luigi's interactions with everything and the puzzle solving is, it's good for an adventure game. There's no like weird fucked up logic. It's actually like good puzzles, which is a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Very Portal-esque in that way, where instead of going, oh, that's dumb, I go, oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
And graphically, I don't know how the hell they got this to run on Switch. Screw RTX, talk to the Luigi's Mansion team. Find out what they're doing.
So yeah, apparently some people are like saying that the stuff going on in Luigi's Mansion is better than the ray tracing shit.
Yeah, like I'm just like, you all need to go talk to Nintendo. Find out what the fuck
hell?
they're doing.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there are a lot of developers that need to be looking at Nintendo.
Do you have a specific one you want to talk about right now?
No, just everyone needs to... Okay, the source of my frustration is from the fact that Nintendo tries these interesting ideas on their consoles, and no one really actually goes in on it.
Oh
Some
man,
people try, but it's Nintendo that actually puts out good stuff on it, and then that idea dies.
Dude, I was the ultimate flag bearer for the Wii. You
Yeah,
remember?
yes.
Okay.
That one forced people, and then like a lot of them didn't really do much.
Yeah, like look, man, I tried carrying that flag. I'm glad you took it up. But like, yeah, I like after the 6 years of carrying the Wii flag, I was just like, yeah, I don't care anymore.
Well, like, I mean, here's the thing: is all I have to do is point at the mainline Nintendo games and say, "You guys aren't making good enough games with this stuff the way they're clearly doing it and putting it on display
Yeah,
every time."
I think that like there's a certain type of game can't be made on Switch,
Sure,
and
absolutely.
then also like, yes, okay, I do bring up the lighting with Luigi's Mansion, but also like they're lighting like a room,
Well, that's
like
true
at a
too.
time. It's like one room,
Yeah, but
one
damn.
yeah, like it's impressive for that one room, but it's still a room.
Well, of course.
Sometimes it's a big room,
Sometimes it's a big room.
but still. Um,
Sometimes they put out Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that game is super impressive, but also had frame rate problems. Um,
None that really made an impression on me, but
the,
I believe it.
there were the Wii U version was especially targeted, but like even though, like I played through that game in the first 3 weeks it was out for the most part, and like I didn't run into like any back breaking ones, but there were definitely some ones where I was like, "Ooh, you have trouble walking through long grass, sir."
To
But
be honest, I also was the person who did not like have any issues with frame rate with Shadow of the Colossus either. So,
yeah, in that
and that was
game,
apparent as hell.
that game I played through that when I barely knew the concept of frame rates, and even then I was like, "This is a lot slower than the way Unreal Tournament runs on my computer." And then
What's that about?
2 years later, I would turn into an even bigger AV nerd and figure out why. Uh, Hearthstone. So Hearthstone put out this new mode
Yeah.
that is awesome, especially if you haven't played in a while, because you don't use any of your own cards or your own deck.
Okay.
What it is it presents you two random heroes with random powers, and then each turn you pick from one of three monsters, and you have a certain amount of money you can spend. And then each turn that amount of money goes up, and you can choose to spend it on monsters, or making the monster pool better, or cycling through some new monsters for it to give you. And then it goes to your battle phase, part of your turn, where it auto battles with another person. And then like if you win, you get a bunch of points to do damage to them. And it's 8 players, and you battle the person who is placed next to you in the standings, and you just do that until everyone's dead.
Okay.
And it's probably the most fun I've had with Hearthstone in a while, just because it doesn't require me to spend money. It doesn't require me to sit down and build a deck. It just requires me log in, make a strategic thing out of what I am presented, and have a good time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, one of the heroes I was given was King Mukla, and it's like you can choose to spend your money on his hero power, which gives every beast monster you have +1.
Oh.
Or no, sorry, that's Jiraxxus. Lord Jiraxxus gives every demon monster you have +1 attack and defense. I can choose to spend the money on upgrading the tavern, which makes a better hero pool to pull from. I can choose to just buy a hero now, or I can choose to recycle the heroes so I can have different monsters to pick from on this turn. And then I pick, and then it just keeps cycling through. And and what happened in that battle is I ended up with these demons who were like all 30 plus, just monsters, just wrecking shop. Yeah, no, super fun. Did that for a little bit. Did a little regular Hearthstone, kind of bounced off it. Um, went and do Heroes of the Storm. Uh, won a match as my main where we completely dominated.
Okay.
We did the backdoor Sylvanas strategy, which what that is I'm going to play Sylvanas, who has an ability to deactivate towers
Mm.
every 30 seconds. So I would and she has the ability to mind control creep up to 3 at a time. So I would just go down a lane where no one was fighting, start working on a tower, mind control a bunch of creep, and just do that over and over and over until either A, they send someone to stop me, in which I run away, or B, they just let me keep doing what I'm doing, and our team gets a lead because I'm getting us a bunch of experience and closer to winning.
Okay.
Or they have to send people away from the team fight, which helps our team at the team fight. Eventually, it got so bad that they were saying like 3 people away from the team fight. It just snowballed really hard from then. Yeah, that's always a fun strat with that character, and that's probably why I keep playing her. Went to Overwatch, realized why the fuck I hate Overwatch sometimes.
Okay, why is that?
Because that is a game that in ranked, if everyone is of equal skill, you have matches that are literally within seconds of victory or loss. And when you lose, it just makes you want to fucking destroy everything. Oh my god, was so salty. We had this match on Route 66 that literally we lost by like 0.7 meters.
Oh no.
Because what ranked does is if you tie in rounds, it goes off who pushed the truck the furthest.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So, and if it's not payload, it's the territories one, then it's who captured the territory faster. So we lost the payload by like 0.70. And I'm just like, I want to kill myself and everyone we just played with. And this happened like 3 times in a row. And like it's super fun during because it's so close. But when you get the loss, it feels so bad.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, when you get the win, though,
Yeah, it's great.
it's like the best feeling in games. It's just like fuck yeah, you're high fiving. Also, they added something to Overwatch that I was not aware of because I have not played it in about 6 months.
Sure.
That is role specific queuing.
Oh, yes.
One of the big problems of Overwatch is the rule of Overwatch is you're supposed to play 2-2-2. 2 DPS, 2 2 DPS, 2 tanks, 2 healers. Well, a lot of people wouldn't do that. They'd be like, "Oh fuck, we're gonna roll 5 DPS and a healer and fuck everyone else because we're being selfish." That can't happen anymore. Because when you have to queue, you have to pick. Do you want to be a DPS? Do you want to be a tank? Do you want to be a healer?
Oh man.
And it makes you pick that. It locks you in for that match as that.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
So if I queue as a tank, I can only pick tanks when that match starts.
I mean, at least the other team has to play by those same rules, but
isn't it great? It's the best.
Maybe I don't know.
Also, as someone who plays tanks a lot, not always by choice, mind you, just
Sure.
my friends are like, you should play tank. I love it because tanks get way faster queues. Because not a lot of people like playing tank, and only do tanks get way faster queues. A lot of time, there's not enough of them, so they get given a free loot box.
Oh.
Like if I go into competitive right now it's even because it's prime time, 3-3-3. Also, you have separate rankings now too. You don't just have a ranking. You have a damage ranking, a support ranking, and a tank ranking.
Okay.
So yeah, so you would choose tank, less than 3 minutes, damage less than 3 minutes, support less than 3 minutes. Same thing with quick play. Boom. Now there's the arcade, which is quick play classic. Which quick play classic is the old Overwatch you miss playing. Like you can just pick any hero at any time, and I'm sure there's plenty of people who still play that. But yeah, no, very, very happy about this. No, look, here's the thing. I'm someone who likes to win, so I will do anything to make my team win or a better chance of winning. You want to know what that means?
Hmm.
A lot of the time, I just have to play what's left over. But sometimes even that doesn't matter because a bunch of dickheads on my team, all 5 of them want to play damage, and then we
Oh.
lose.
Yeah.
Or we have 3 tanks and 3 healers and no damage. That one doesn't happen often, but it has happened.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm so happy when I saw this happen. Heroes, it didn't matter as much because because ranked already picked what you needed and quick play, whatever.
Right.
But this made me so happy, so unbelievably happy.
Well, cool.
Um, so did WoW Classic. Not much news there. I'm level 44, having a good time. I will tell a funny story from that I won't tell you earlier. WoW PvP Phase 2 is started. Which that means they now give you honor for killing people of the opposite faction, as long as they're within 12 levels of you, or it's 11 levels of you. Meaning, if you're level 49, you really hate life right now. And in general, there are just massive squads of people on PvP servers just going out and murdering. They could run into other squads and murder each other. They can run into lobbies and murder them. It's just roaming gank squads. It's just rolling gangs just murking people.
Oh man. Oh god.
So, if you are leveling at this point, you have a couple different options. One, go to a less populated area and just grind it out there. Grind it out on monsters, and if you're lucky, there's quests.
Right.
Recommendation: go to the Badlands. There's a bunch of baby dragons. That'll do you good for like level 40 to 46, and if you're a skinner, you'll make a bunch of money. Sadly, all you do is kill dragons. Option
Sure.
2, just deal with the ganking. Option 3, option 3 is to go farm dungeons. Yes, you have to put up with the ganking on the way to the dungeon, but in that you're just safe once you're there.
Right.
So here is the oh lord, lordy. Here's the funny story. So I'm out in Tanaris, the desert area. I decide to go there to quest. And I get there, and I get right outside the town, because this is a neutral town. And there's 2 level 60 horde that just go right ahead and gank me. Like, immediately. And I'm thinking, well, okay, maybe I can bait them to get attacked by the town guards. Or otherwise I'm going to have to go quest somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I get out of town, I revive, and I heal up. I see this mage leave town. And the 2 are about to go after him, but he blinks away and runs off the other direction. And they run after him. And I'm just like, fuck yeah, that's my chance where I'm gonna move. So I literally booked it to the opposite direction but they were heading the way I needed to go. So I booked it to like the opposite direction and then went around to where I needed to be.
Wow.
I was just
Yeah.
I'm not putting up with that shit. That mage can deal with that shit. That's his problem now.
Good luck to you guys playing PvP, man.
I
That's
love
a
it.
lot.
I love it. It's this fucking world of savagery. And the thing is, you know what? I did some of it too. Because when I went to go learn first aid, when you have to learn first aid at Stromgarde, which is like this level, like mid 30 zone, I saw a level 34 warlock. I'm 9 levels above that guy, but he still gives honor. And I'm just like, I'm gonna put my axe in your skull. And I murdered him. And I could have camped his body and kept doing it if he came back. If he didn't, graveyard. But I decided not to. But man, yeah, PvP's the best.
if you're in PvP, I guess that's what you sign up for.
Then I did some Then I did some of that there Gears 5 and Halo. I just got this backwards when I sent it to you. Gears 5 and Halo.
All right.
And then I started to really peter out. I was getting tired.
Sure.
So then I went to Apex.
All right.
And I was just like, okay, that woke me up a little bit. What's a game that I have to stay focused the entire time?
Right.
Madden. And I played online Madden. And I won 2 games and I lost 1. One of those games I beat the guy so bad he quit. That made me laugh. And I'm like, I still got it. I'm not as good as I used to be because I used to be top. Fun fact: I at one point when I was at my peak, I was top 2% in the world on PS4.
Okay, damn. On
Uh,
PS4.
yeah,
All right.
I believe that was Madden 13. No, it was 14 or 15. 25, as it's called, Madden 25 or Madden 15.
Oh, right. Yes.
The year they did that dumb thing.
Yeah, they did.
So Gears 5 and Halo are still great. I tried to get into the Halo. What you probably saw with the Age of Empires thing was the Halo Reach beta. Tried to get into that, but couldn't.
Great.
Did a bunch of Madden, and then my friend Thomas hopped on the
Okay.
stream, and he donated $10. Shout out to Thomas. And then we played some Call of Duty together. And we did the new mode that I hadn't tried yet, and fuck, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, gun game
Okay.
where it's this long corridor, and you each team gets a gun. Each person, there's 2v2. Each person gets a gun, and it's the same gun. It's all random, and it's 1 life, and whatever team wins.
Ooh.
And it's just so intense. And I actually got us to win our last round with my last bullet in my clip. By shooting him, my last bullet hit him in the butt as he was taking cover, and we won.
Man.
Yeah, that was a real wake up. Then I wanted to do Crash, but I told you, tried to install it, couldn't. And I was like, okay, what is the ultimate wake up game? Dragon Ball Fighters.
Right.
And yeah, I was right, because even when I'm loopy and tired, like, that game is intense and fast and fun. And I was like, and the last 50 minutes, I was like, okay, I'm going to order food so it gets here when I'm done. And so I can eat and go to bed. And then I'm going to pass out. What do I want to wind down to? Hearthstone. I did that Hearthstone 8-player mode. And that was my extra life.
Okay. Damn.
So, yeah, and we raised $100 on my end. It looks like if Matt hits his goal, we'll be raising $300 total, maybe a little over.
Man.
So good on us. Yay, team.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Good job, you guys.
So, yeah. Anyway. So.
What'd you play beyond that?
Beyond that, God, didn't play much per se. Well, actually, no. So I wanted to play Death Stranding when I picked it up on Monday, but guess what? It had to install and had a long patch. So you know what I played instead? The Outer Worlds.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I went back to that because I want to talk more about it for this show, and I was having a good time with it, and it sold me enough to want to finish it. It sold me enough to want to finish it. Like,
apparently, it's not very long.
I mean, good. Hopefully, I don't spend 1,000,000 hours on side quests. We'll see how that goes, but let me take a look here and see. Because I have only done like 2 side quests.
Okay.
But I love the world.
Sure.
I love the characters. Like, I love how it combines the best parts of like Mass Effect with the best parts of Oblivion, and it has this like great world with this fun story. Well, not fun in a traditional sense, but like I enjoyed how like I shut down so it has the moral choice thing, but it doesn't do like the point meter thing. It's just like, yeah, it's up to you if this was fucked or not. So, I went in and I did this. It's like the cannery asks you, hey, shut down this. Route all the power at the power plant to us, so we have enough to run the city, and it shuts down this illegal city, right?
Right.
Of people who left the society.
Yes.
And then I go to society and tell them, and they're like, "Fuck that guy. He like that place is fucked, and it is really fucked. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you about that."
Oh.
But like, it would still like cause all those people to have to find a way out of their own, or whatever multiple things are. So I go to the power plant. I instantly thought I was going to shut it down for the city. I was like, yeah, these people living out in the middle of nowhere make more sense. They can always join them, right? And I go.
I made my choice. I'm waiting to hear what choice you made.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
And then your party member pleads with you, like, "Hey, man, don't shut down the cannery. Like, don't shut down the cannery. Like, those people don't have anywhere to go. That's all they know. Like, they don't know any better, etc., etc."
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "That's an excellent point, but still no." So I routed all the power to the botanical garden and whatnot, and I went to go pick up my new battery.
Yep.
And he confronts me, and I use my speech ability because I've maxed out in speech.
Okay.
That's what I chose. I chose speech, hacking, and guns.
It's a good thing. Those are good things to do for those kinds of games.
Yeah, always choose speech. Always choose speech.
Yeah, I messed that up.
Um, oh, did you?
I didn't have the speech option.
Okay. Yeah, no. In those kind of games, you always choose speech. Like,
Yeah, I don't play enough of those games, so I wouldn't
no.
know.
So yeah, I go and I persuade. He's like, "Boys, get him." I'm like, he's just like, and I give the speech ops. He's like, "Okay, never mind. Just we'll leave." And I go and I pick up the battery, and I was like, I should probably go talk to her before I like pimp off into the night.
Sure.
And I talked to her, and she's like, "Well, good, da 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 da," and it's just like, and then she says, "Oh yeah, they're cool to live here as long as they just completely denounce the company and their previous lives and come to us, and we're only going to keep the ones who can work." And I'm like,
I didn't hear that last part.
and I'm like, did you do all the dialogue options for her?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, well, anyways, it's been like a week for me at this point, so. But yeah, she's like, "Yeah, we're only keeping the ones who can be useful here." And I'm like, huh.
That bit, if that's in there, that's not great.
That's. Your option is still the better option, but.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I also thought that she would be a little more willing to figure out what was right to do.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean that she will, but
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Doesn't feel good.
Doesn't feel great.
And then I
felt better about that than the other way.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious what the other way is. I want to ask around about it.
Yeah, right.
So there's that. Then I let's see, and then let's see what else, and then I pretty much just played that and all the other Extra Life stuff. So there you go, and then
All right.
But there's one thing that we need to talk about that I wasn't playing that I did consume a large chunk of my week though.
Okay.
Disney Plus came out Tuesday.
Oh dear.
$7.
All right. Yeah, $7 a month.
$7 a month. Well worth it initially, at least. Well worth it initially.
Okay.
First off, The Mandalorian is dope as hell.
Is it?
It is dope as hell. For $7 a month, hell yes.
Okay.
I hate the fact that they don't do binging. I hate it.
Oh, they release it weekly.
They release it weekly. So we got an episode on Monday,
Yeah.
we got an episode on Friday. The rest of the episodes are going to come out on Fridays. So I hate
Oh
that. I
man.
hate that. But like, man, like they got this new Jeff Goldblum show,
Okay.
where like it's just a a documentary series where it's Jeff Goldblum just looking into like different stuff. Like the first episode was about sneakers. The next episode was all about ice cream. And he just teaches you all there is to know about sneakers or ice cream.
Okay.
That's Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
So those are the two things. All their original series, that's kind of the stuff that really stood out. That and their Imagineering show, which was
Ooh.
about like Imagineering. How
Yeah,
that
no, I
worked.
would love to watch something like that. That sounds
Well,
cool.
the first two episodes are an hour apiece.
Damn, wow.
So yeah, and then they got all the Star Wars movies besides The Last Jedi and Solo, because those are locked to Netflix for a little while.
Okay.
Last Jedi still Christmas. I don't know when until Solo still. They have all the Pixar movies except for Coco and like one other one. And
Oh,
then,
weird. All right.
Yeah, like you click on Coco and it says it comes back November 29th. So
Okay.
that's one thing I like is if you search for something that is owned by Disney, it tells you when it's coming back.
Okay.
So if you look for like Infinity War, well that's on Netflix still, right? You click on Infinity War, comes back June 25th, 2020.
Okay.
They even have some shit that's like comes back 2022.
Jesus.
But like you click on Disney and they have think of any Disney movie you could want.
Oh God. I don't know. Robin Hood is the only one that came to mind.
Yeah, they got it.
Cool.
Yeah, they like every
Is
Disney...
Angels in the Outfield, the Disney movie.
I don't know. I think that's DreamWorks.
Is it?
Well, I'm gonna look it up. I don't think they have it. I also want to say it's huh. I don't think I think that's DreamWorks, but I'll check though. I know that Field of Dreams is it. Angels in the Outfield. Wikipedia. Based
God,
on
IMDb doesn't have the information.
Buena Vista Pictures. Oh,
Oh God.
production Walt Disney Company.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Buena Vista worked with Disney a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's not on here. But A Bug's Life is those. Yeah. No, dude. Like they got God. What's the Homeward Bound?
Okay.
They got both of them, 1 and 2.
Nice.
Homeward Bound was a good movie. I'm gonna add that to my queue. But yeah, no.
I just found out that Angels in the Infield is a movie that exists.
That saddens me.
I hope that's an official sequel. I'm gonna look this up. You keep going.
Yeah, they got all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. They got all the Santa Claus movies. They got
Okay.
National Treasure. They have Remember the Titans. They have all the Muppets movies.
All right.
They have Big Hero 6. They have Pete's Dragon.
The Muppet movies. God damn it. That's right.
They have The Game Plan with The Rock. They got The Santa Claus, one of my personal favorite Christmas movies. Do you like Disney Channel TV shows? Ever?
Sure.
You like them DuckTales?
Sure.
They got DuckTales.
All right.
They got Kim Possible.
Yep.
Chip and Dale.
Sure.
Gravity Falls.
Okay.
They got Darkwing Duck.
All right.
That was always my personal favorite growing up.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck was big.
Yeah, they got a Goofy Movie, Hercules,
Goofy movie.
Newsies, Hocus Pocus,
Hocus Pocus.
Flubber and a Goof Troop,
Goof Troop.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh yeah.
They got Inspector Gadget.
Sure.
They Gargoyles, the uncensored version.
Oh wow. Okay.
They got the '90s Spider-Man and the '90s X-Men and the animated Mighty Ducks.
Oh my God.
They got all the Disney Channel's original movies. Johnny
Right.
Toons, Tommy, Xenon, all that stuff. They got old school cartoons. You can legit watch Steamboat Willie.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Also,
Well. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
we watched Steamboat Willie out of curiosity because it was only like 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
And man, that shit, that cartoon's about animal abuse, yo.
Great.
Like he uses a bunch of different animals as instruments. It's kind of
Well,
messed
no,
up.
that's also Mickey Mouse. Yeah. No, there's some stuff going on in 30s cartoons
Um,
in general.
but yeah, like old and new. They got Fantasia and Seven White, Jungle Book, all the way up to Wreck It Ralph.
Okay.
Mulan, Bolt, Aristocats, Pinocchio,
Aristocats.
Tangled.
Yep.
Like literally, you just look on here for ages.
All right. That's cool.
And that's just Disney. You want to know what they also have? Same thing for Pixar.
Okay.
You can literally go to Pixar. You can go back to Pixar all the way from their first movies when they were owned by Steve Jobs.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
next. Like they legit have Pixar through the ages, and it's everything in order. I looked up what they were missing. Actually, they're missing The Incredibles 2 because their contract with Netflix.
Yeah.
And they don't have Toy Story 4 yet because it's
Well, that's all new. Yeah.
that's like new.
Yep.
But what they've said is most movies are going to hit the service a few months after they're on DVD.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's like I'm gonna look up Incredibles 2. Yeah. So yeah, it's hitting July of this year,
Cool.
and then
All right.
yeah, they don't even have Toy Story 4 labeled yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can go deep dive into Pixar's history as far as
Sure.
the old stuff, and then you do the same thing for Marvel.
Right.
They have the '60s Spider-Man cartoon.
That cartoon, something else, man.
They got all the modern cartoons, Spider-Man, Injustice. They got the Ultimate Spider-Man, which has Drake Bell as Spider-Man. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
They got Agent Carter, the CBS series on here. That's actually pretty good. Which is the only canon TV show. They got X-Men Evolution.
Okay.
Yeah, I like how there's just a section labeled Spider-Verse, but you can't put Spider-Verse on here because it's owned by Sony.
That's right.
But yeah, they have the old ones with Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and then they have the '90s Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man Unlimited, which is a sequel to '90s Spider-Man, and then the new current version, which is called Marvel Spider-Man.
Okay.
Which, goddamn, Spider-Man.
Hey. Guess
Then
what? Spider-Man.
for MCU,
Uh-huh.
they basically have almost everything. This is what they're missing as of right now. Both the Spider-Man movies, because they're owned by Sony.
Yep.
Infinity War, Black Panther, and Thor Ragnarok.
Oh.
All of those are coming next year because they're on Netflix. And then the Hulk, because it's owned by Universal.
Okay.
And Ant-Man 2, because it's also on Netflix. So basically, everything after Guardians of the Galaxy 2 up until Captain Marvel. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies of the 22 are not on the service yet. But all those will be on the service by July, except for Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's just screwed.
I see, right. Yep. Yep.
In fact, I believe Thor Ragnarok is on it very soon. Yeah, it's on the 5th of December. So, yeah, and then Black Panther is like February, so on and so forth.
I see.
But yeah, they got a bunch of old Marvel cartoons. You can watch that 90s X-Men, homie. You can
Oh,
watch
yeah,
that
90s X-Men.
90s Iron Man.
Right.
You can watch the new Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, there's a lot of stuff for you to dig through. You can watch... So, yeah, if you want to get caught up on the MCU, rad.
Sure.
Alright, next up, you got the Star Wars.
The Star Wars. Okay, real quick. I found out that the Angels movies are a trilogy. It is Angels in the Outfield, Angels in the Infield is the third movie, and that stars Patrick Warburton, oddly enough, in the year 2000.
I kind of just want to see that because you just said that. All right, go
Yeah.
on.
But the middle one is Angels in the End Zone, and the angel is Christopher Lloyd.
Okay, this is what we're doing.
Uh-huh.
You and I are going to go meet up in Reno or in Seattle,
Okay.
and we're going to get some edibles.
Oh, man.
And we're going to watch all three of those, buddy.
It seems so bad.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, that'll be great.
There is no official tomatometer, but the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is 29% for Angels in the End Zone.
That seems like a perfect movie to get high to.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll see Christopher Lloyd. Whatever.
All right, so Star Wars.
All right. Yes, Star Wars.
So we're getting
heard of that.
We're getting the 6 main movies, along with Force Awakens and Rogue One. Last Jedi you will have by the end of the year, and Solo you will have by July of next year. Though, in my opinion, out of all the Star Wars movies, that is the one that matters the least.
Okay.
In fact, it actually kind of ruins Han Solo a little bit for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I still need to check it out.
It's not a bad movie. It's actually a really entertaining movie. Woody Harrelson's in it.
Okay.
But my problem with it is the fact that it just feels unnecessary. And part of the reason that Han Solo is a good character is because, like, the mystery and backstory is just like you fill in the blanks. And it's the same reason why Greedo shooting first is a travesty.
So, I hear if you watch A New Hope on the streaming service, they've changed that scene.
Well, yeah, it's what the special edition was. What do you mean?
I heard a third one.
Oh, what is it? I haven't heard this.
Okay, so I can't verify this. People, if you have Disney Plus, you need to check it out for yourself or ask someone on the internet. Apparently, they have them now. What I heard was they have them shooting at the same time now.
Still, that makes that scene a little better, but it still kind of sucks.
Well, it's like why that's like a muddy way of trying to get back to the first one. Just show the original one where Han Solo shoots first.
Just Han shoots first because he's a bad motherfucker that don't give a fuck.
Though the whole point of that scene is that Han Solo is willing to do bad, dirty ass criminal things like murder. Yeah. And, like, the whole point is that by the end of it, he decides to be good.
Yeah, the whole point of that scene is Han Solo will straight up fucking murder you.
He's not a good guy. Ben and Luke just need to use him to get their whatever stuff they're needed. He's just a driver.
Please remind me to please put that as, like, to text me. That should be the title of this episode. Straight Han Solo murder.
Good God.
Yeah, so anyway. So yeah, they have all the movies besides so, like, setting up more backstory for him, especially one where he's like a late teenager, early 20-something, is just weird.
Sure.
And it just sets up like, oh, he was a plucky, roguish criminal. And I'm like, this is not what I wanted from Han Solo in any way.
But also, like, that was, like, if you wanted to dive deep into one of those original trilogy characters, like, Luke doesn't have anything. Leia doesn't necessarily have much of anything.
You want to know who would be really cool to do, who has a lot of shit that he was doing in that time period? Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, they're doing that.
Yeah, that's the one they should have done first!
Well...
Not Nathan Drake via Star Wars.
But, come on. Okay, first of all, look, Han Solo is a beloved character.
Yeah.
For good reasons.
Yes. He is my favorite character from that original trilogy.
I haven't seen it, so clearly I don't have enough interest. But clearly, I don't think Han Solo is necessarily a bad choice to dive deep on a character in Star Wars.
I don't think he is. I just think this movie was a bad way to do it.
Sure.
And I think he's by far the hardest one to do right.
Yes, I believe
because, like, here is this person when you meet him for the first time, is about straight murder and all about that money. So, like, it's like, oh man, how do we do a movie about a hardcore gangster but make it for kids? That's what it is!
Well, yep, that's Disney for
This
you.
guy's a sci-fi gangster is what he is. You know? And a bad one, mind you, because he's in debt all the time.
He's in debt and he's trying to constantly pay it back.
Yeah, no. That Han Solo I can agree on. So yeah, no. Like, Obi-Wan is by far the best one to do for that. Like, Obi-Wan has 30 years of, like, trying to keep Luke and the Empire, like, Luke and Leia hidden from the Empire.
Sure.
Like, he has to have some interesting as fuck stories.
All I hope from the Kenobi show is that Qui-Gon Jinn shows up as a ghost once.
Yes, you are.
That's what I want more than anything.
You are completely right. Yes.
Yeah.
You are 110% right.
It is Qui-Gon and Mace Windu hanging out.
Qui-Gon Jinn is like the second best Jedi in history.
Who's number one?
Yoda.
Yeah.
He's a Muppet that fights.
He's great. He's great. Had Qui-Gon Jinn stayed alive, I don't think any of this would have happened.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. Yoda couldn't even stop it.
Yeah, like Qui-Gon had the right temperament for that kid of like, look, we follow the rules, but every now and then we just kind of sweep it under the rug.
Qui-Gon Jinn was the George Washington of that group.
Explain?
He's the kind of person who would lead and then say after 2 terms, "I'm done."
Oh, God. Yeah, probably. All right.
And also, you guys should do 2 terms. Anyway.
All right. Well.
He's that Hank Hill of Jedis.
I don't think Hank Hill is as morally flexible as Qui-Gon.
Okay, my memory of the prequels is not the best. What was morally questionable? The Force with the die?
Yeah, I think there are a couple. I don't know. We need to. Okay, idea for a series.
Oh no.
Idea for a series.
Okay.
You and I we could do it together over the internet or alone. I don't care which.
Yeah.
We should watch and review the Star Wars.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, cool. What are we gonna call it?
I don't know. We don't have to do that here. Watch this movie. There you go. Everyone, watch out for that.
I'm gonna snowball. I'm gonna think of ideas during work, and then we'll make a schedule.
Okay, all right. God damn it! I had to say it. All right, whatever.
All right. So, then they got the Clone Wars cartoon and show, or not Clone Wars cartoon and movie. Ugh.
Yes.
They got Star Wars Rebels on here.
Yes.
That was really good. I started watching that because I didn't know what it was. That turned out to be really good.
I hear Rebels is very, very good.
They have Star Wars Resistance, which I'm not sure I know what it is. It's new. It came out last year.
Oh.
I have no idea what it is. I'll give that a look after Rebels.
I assume that has something to do with the new sequel, or the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, because it looks like it has BB-8 or a BB-8-like droid in it.
Right.
By the way, have you seen these George Lucas reacts videos?
What? No.
They actually got George Lucas to react to 2 Star Wars trailers.
Okay.
And it's amazing. He just talks shit the entire time.
Really? Oh my god.
He fucking hates Star Wars and Disney.
Oh my god.
So much, and it is beautiful.
It says a lot that, like, after all of this time and having been exposed to Star Wars and all that, I don't know how to feel about George Lucas and his thoughts on Star Wars.
I completely understand.
Yeah, I feel like...
Because there are very few fan bases that I know that are shittier than the Star Wars fan base.
That's very true. Very true.
Like, Quinn's reaction to The Last Jedi might be the most entitled man-baby-ass shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
What?
And just same thing with The Last Jedi as a whole.
Okay.
That movie was very divisive, if you didn't know.
It sure was. And it sure is. We've talked about this. I don't know if we did it on the podcast, but we've talked about it.
I thought that movie was great. It's probably my 3rd favorite Star Wars.
I have thoughts. I don't know. You know what? Let's save that for the show.
All right.
I need to watch it again.
Yeah,
I only
same.
watched it once.
I watched it twice in theaters and then haven't watched it since. So, then they have a bunch of Lego Star Wars shows. So there's that.
They made shows of that, huh?
Yeah, and then they have Star Wars Forces of Destiny, which is a 2-season show about the heroines of Star Wars. Like they're like 4-minute side stories.
Oh, weird.
Like
okay.
cartoons. Like there's a bunch about Rey, a couple about Leia, a couple about that Padawan from Clone Wars. Anakin's Padawan. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a bunch of that. And then the last one, Empire of Dreams, the story of the Star Wars trilogy, which is a documentary about those original 3 movies.
Oh, cool. All right.
The last section they have is National Geographic, which is a boatload of documentaries.
Oh, God. Yeah. National Geographic.
They got Gordon Ramsay documentary, the Jeff Goldblum documentary, the documentary about dogs, documentary about the planet, documentary about Yellowstone. They have the full Dog Whisperer series. They have Apollo, Mission to the Moon. If you want to learn about the science, man, they got you.
Hell yeah.
So, go check out National Geographic. They also have, as I said, the first National Treasure. One thing I like is when you go to search and you haven't typed anything yet, they just have different collections. Disney Through the Ages, the Princess Collection, the Spider-Man Collection, the Darth Vader Collection, so on and so forth. Like the Vader Collection is a bunch of Lego Star Wars, the original trilogy, and Revenge of the Sith, and Rogue One.
Okay.
I also watched Revenge of the Sith during this week.
Oh, nice.
Because I was like, I'm curious, how well does it hold up?
Yeah.
The acting is really cheesy.
Yeah.
But if you can get past that...
Absolutely, I can.
If you can get past that, man, that is a banger of a movie, and people don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I don't know of anyone who really talks that much mess about Revenge of the Sith.
Most of them talk about Phantom Menace, and that completely ignores the real travesty of all these movies. The Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars is something else, man.
It is by far the worst one.
No, absolutely. From my experience, that has been a universal ranking: is 3 at the top, 1, then 2 at the bottom.
Some people put fucking 1 at the bottom. I don't know what they're thinking.
If this was like, a little after, the thing is, like, episode 2, if you've only watched it a couple times, can almost be forgettable, despite some stuff that happens in it.
By the way, I have found so I have met multiple people in my life who have not watched through Star Wars somehow.
Sure.
And I have now officially found the perfect way to introduce someone to Star Wars, the watch order.
All right.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, so you open up with Rogue One. You get,
okay.
I know you're gonna be confused. It's okay. The reason you open with Rogue One is it introduces you to the Empire Rebel conflict.
Yeah.
It's a more modern movie, so like parts
easy to get into,
easy to slide right into. Not so much like New Hope.
Yeah.
And it ends with Darth Vader being the coldest, most badass motherfucker in the world.
That scene's the best.
It is.
Ugh.
And where does it lead right into?
Well, yeah, it leads into 4.
New Hope. So you watch 4 and 5, and because you get the end of 5.
Yes.
Which everyone knows what happens, but because it's one of the most iconic things in cinema ever.
Yes.
But you get the full context of it, and you get the hand lop off, and you get the no, that's impossible.
Yep.
You get all that, and then bad guys are officially winning,
right?
Or won. So what you do, and you get Vader, you get to find out
Vader. Yep.
All right. So this is what you do.
And then I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, you do. You can go back to episode 1.
Yeah.
And you do 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
All in a row, so you get the full, like, how the fuck did this happen?
Yep.
And then you're like, oh shit. And then you watch Jedi, and you get his redemption arc.
Right.
And you get that, and then boom, you're good. And then...
You watch Solo.
No.
Okay.
And then you watch 7 and 8. Because, new trilogy. And then, if you feel the need, you can go watch Solo or the TV shows.
Okay.
Yeah, I put them in the same camp. They're nice, but not necessary.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's how you, because it's almost very anime-esque, where you just get this nice build up to like the oh shit moment,
Sure.
and then boom,
Yep.
Yeah. So
that's not bad.
yeah, no, I just good way to do it. So yeah, Disney Plus is rad for $7 a month.
Sure.
13 if you have Hulu and ESPN to it. Like
Okay.
fuck yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, did we play anything else or just do anything else?
I got to my second badge in Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Right. Tell me, is the fucking crying about this game worth it in the end?
Okay, so
Because I just keep posting shit about it to keep the fire going.
Yeah, no, I noticed that you're just like you're absorbing the drama. Like you're completely removed from it, but just the drama alone is enough to feed you.
Yeah, like I'm just like good, fight.
Let the hate flow through you.
Yeah, exactly.
Bronson, you want to play a Pokemon game?
Maybe.
It's a Pokemon game.
Does it have Snorlax?
Yeah, I think Snorlax is in it.
There's Blaziken in it.
Probably. I haven't found if Absol's in it. Absol's my favorite, but it may not be in it, and that bums me out.
Is Gengar in it?
I think like all 150 original Pokemon may be in it. Because first gen.
Oh yeah, first gen love. But a list of every Pokemon that is not in Sword and Shield.
Yeah. Just
Alright, so Gen 1. Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot.
really, they didn't get wow.
Raticate, Rattata, Spearow, Fearow, Ekans, Arbok, Sandshrew, Sandslash, Nidorina, Nidoran, Female, Nidoqueen, Nidoran M, Nidorino, Nidoking. Oh, no Jigglypuff?
That seems like a mistake.
No Wigglytuff, Zubat, Golbat, Paras, Parasect, Venonat, Venomoth, Psyduck, Golduck, Mankey, Primeape,
Jesus
Poliwag,
Christ.
Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, Abracadabra, Alakazam, Bellsprout,
What?
Weepinbell, Victreebel, Tentacruel, Geodude.
Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them
Yeah,
all.
no, Jesus Christ.
Gotta catch them all.
A Pokemon. Graveler, Golem, Slowpoke, Slowbro, Magnemite, Magneton, Doduo, Dodrio, Seal, Dugong, Grimer, Muck, Drowsy, Hypno, Voltorb, Electrode, Execute, Executor, Cubone, Marowak, Lickitung, Chansey, Tangela, Kangaskhan, Horsey, Seadra, Staryu. Starmie? Really? Scyther!
Yep. Yeah, Scyther.
Jinx, Electabuzz, Magmar, Pinsir, Tauros, Porygon, Omnite, Amistar, Kabutops, Aerodactyl, Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite.
That sounds like more than half of Gen 1 is gone.
But Charizard, Blastoise, and
Venusaur. Yeah, the starting lines, obviously, yeah.
When is this article from? Hold on. Okay, it's Wednesday the 13th.
Yep.
So
a few days ago. So, yeah. Alright, so yeah, I'd only been 2 gyms in, and I just ran into like a decent amount of first-gen Pokemon. I was like, oh, okay, sure.
Let's see.
But
so
it looks like...
Okay, Blaziken is not in.
That seems wrong.
That's my second favorite Pokemon.
Yeah. No, so like that's the thing is a lot of people have so part of the big drama is that they did a survey. Someone did a survey a while back. Everyone on like the Pokemon subreddit, you list your favorite Pokemon. You only get 1 vote out of 700 plus Pokemon or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There was not one single Pokemon that had 0 votes.
809, by the way.
809. Is that before this current
That's
gen?
including this gen, 800.
Oh, including this gen. Well, okay, so before it was like somewhere in the 700s, I
So
think.
yeah, it was like 730 something.
And not one Pokemon had zero favorites. Someone's favorite, if you excluded one Pokemon, someone's favorite Pokemon was not going to be in this game.
That sucks.
That super sucks because that's been the standard up to this point.
The thing
So,
with
like, I get the anger.
the thing with Pokemon is they eventually have to do a squish,
Yes.
which it's what World of Warcraft is doing in their next expansion, which they're redoing the level cap as 60. With Pokemon, they just need to stop making new ones. Or do what they're doing now, which is break the bad news people. Some of them will not be in future Pokemon going forward.
Right.
It just so happens that some of my favorites happen to get dicked.
Well, it's crazy that they're getting cover Pokemon that were featured on the box of the game are not getting in.
I will say that it's very likely that my favorite will always be in, but because it's fucking Snorlax.
Yeah.
But like my second favorite Blaziken isn't in.
Yeah.
He's also my big battle Pokemon. He's the one I like in those games. That is the dude I bring into matches with me.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah. This.
So the current line of argument right now is, of entertainment franchises, Pokemon is in the top 10. With alongside like Star Wars and Dragon Ball Z and a couple others, Hello Kitty and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is making ridiculous money, and the fact that they can't find the manpower to develop all the Pokemon in these games, to them, is hard to believe.
No, it's pretty easy to believe because like, when did the last main series game come out? 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. They shouldn't have made that one to begin with, but they did.
Yeah, the Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun.
But they did. They chose to.
Yep.
And then, but fine, all right. And then on top of that, like, if they wouldn't have made that, that means they would have 4 years. And like, dude, 4 years, and you have literally all the money in the world.
That's the thing.
There's no problem with this game that cannot be solved by, here, throw 20 more dudes at this.
20 more dudes, more time.
Yeah.
Months and months and months. That's the thing, is that we were going on the mobile cycle, and that mobile cycle... Well, I mean, so they had their mobile setup. They were only doing incrementally, getting better graphically on mobile systems. They could keep up with that. That wasn't necessarily a huge deal. And then Pokemon itself was not necessarily evolving gameplay-wise too much beyond going from 2D to 3D. Asking them to go from a mobile, like, graphic style... What am I trying to say? Going from mobile to console to like that full console experience with an open world or something like that, like the way some people are asking, is a huge ask when you're also on this cycle to get this stuff out, and shows are getting put out on that same cycle from before.
Right.
It's a lot.
And what they should have done is gave them more time or gave them more people and money.
Which they couldn't do.
Like that.
It's a machine.
Right. Like, so, what one of those options, and the fucking reality of this is, like, this is them not being willing to adjust to, like, so, how a bunch of Japanese developers and a bunch of developers died during the 360 era? Because they just couldn't make the move to HD correctly and properly?
Right.
Like literally hundreds. Like, if you know that series I told you about, What Happened?
Yeah.
Notice how half of them are 360 and PS3 games.
Right.
Because a lot of it, and this is them going through those same growing pains. The growing pains that made Final Fantasy 13 are the same as this.
Yeah.
The growing pains that, like, fucked up your favorite Japanese franchise during that time period are this. It's just that they got to delay it by 10 years because they because they were making DS games and thought that, oh man, we're just making portable fucking games forever. And that's part of the reason why I want everyone to remember this shit. I want everyone to fucking remember this shit. When this comes back around, in 5-10 years, that the reason they said the X and Y took so long, and the reason that it ran like shit on the base DS with the frame rate issues and whatnot, is because they were making these really high-end assets that they were going to be able to use in future games.
Yeah. It's and here's the thing. This is the one good thing that's come out about this. Okay, so there's two things. It's basically one thing. But what happened is it provided the Dex issue provided an open door to be like, all right, we also adults are playing this, people who have been playing since Gen 1 and want to continue playing Pokemon. Can we have a difficulty choice? Can we make it harder? Is there something else that we can do to polish this experience up rather than keep delivering the same nostalgic experience and keeping it this more imperfect mess?
Do fucking two versions. Pokemon I have a job and Pokemon I don't.
Well, they have Pokemon I have a job. It's called Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee.
How about Pokemon I'm 30?
Same.
Hey, I'm 30.
I ran into a wild Pokemon. I'm gonna catch it. Great, I caught it.
Yeah. This series does not have whimsy anymore for me.
Well, so it provided a lot of chances for people to trade some thoughts of criticisms they have of Nintendo that they were not willing to consider beforehand, and it was a decent chance to vent. And I think that with how loud it's been too, I think Game Freak is really looking at what the thoughts are, and they'll be thankful, because I think that this is still going to be fairly well received, because it's just a traditional ass Pokemon game.
Yeah, and also the reviews are great. For sure,
it's fine.
I have my rental copy. I'm sure I'll enjoy part of it. But
they'll show, you're walking through the map and they can't load the people. They can't have it go away. It's you walk in and then they pop in once you get close enough. But to be honest, I just am not bothered by it too much. But let me tell you, they are taking some notes from how loud this got.
If this happens again, they are fucked.
That's the thing. They are fucked if they do this again.
If this happens again, you might get the Dex is the only thing that they can allow to happen. Because I look at this game visually, and I'm like, why the fuck does this look like an up-res GameCube game?
Right. Yeah. That's it.
You got away with that in Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu because it was supposed to be a small goofy spin-off thing. Haha, fun time.
Yep.
Bro, especially because this game came out 2 weeks after Luigi's Mansion.
Right.
Bro,
are you guys crazy?
You look at this game, it's just it looks and there are Pokemon fanboys, cough cough Ray, if he is listening to this, I don't know if he is, that I posted a picture on Facebook about this this tree. There was this tree that was circling around. I'm gonna try and find it right now. Was
the tree.
Well, that was just this one that looked like it was from a freaking N64 game.
Yeah.
And this one that was oh yeah, someone fan made went in and did this. Look how great it looks. Right. Yeah, fans, fully text tree. Other one looks like an N64 game. Man, I guess I noticed how bad the trees were because all the fun I was having playing Pokemon.
Right. Yep. That's the thing. It's Pokemon, so there are legitimate issues that Pokemon's dealing with, but as long as it delivers on that experience, most people aren't going to care.
And I hate that. I fucking
that's the
hate
thing.
it so much.
That's the one good thing that's come out of the whole Dex situation is, let me tell you, taking away people's favorite Pokemon out of the newest game, that's a way to get their attention.
Like, fucking Jesus,
Now they're out for blood.
Like, I've been bitching about Pokemon since forever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I've been, like, just bitching and bitching and bitching about Pokemon since X and Y. Like, X and Y brought me back to the series. Because I skipped Diamond and Pearl, I played Black and White and hated it. I skipped Black and White 2, and I came back for X and Y, and I loved it.
X and Y is great.
And then I hated everything after it again, and I asked all these questions about like why in this series is 20 years old is this happening still, and this, and this, and this just pile of bullshit, you know.
Yeah.
Like if this was like almost any other series that didn't have all this childhood nostalgia, there'd be fucking riots.
Well, let me tell you again. Taking away people's favorite Pokemon, not just like one person's favorite Pokemon, you took away like half. I don't know how many total Pokemon are in this game.
And this isn't developed by Nintendo, but it is published by Nintendo.
Yes.
And Nintendo publishes Mario and Zelda, two franchises that are old as hell, but amazing at reinventing themselves.
Right.
But you can't do that shit with Pokemon for whatever reason. God fucking damn it.
Yeah, I think there's two viable routes that can be taken from this point. Either Game Freak finds out how to develop for a console properly and figures out how to develop all those Pokemon and deliver on that experience still, or they continue to put out games like this where it's just that same old nostalgia-filled experience, and then they or Nintendo find another developer to work on, like you were said, Pokemon for people over 30 that have played this, and make games like the picture that I just sent you in chat.
Okay, is this the Skype chat?
Yes, Skype chat.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna download this now. Except, give my computer herpes.
Yes, absolutely. That's what this is all about.
Okay. Ask me what I want to open it in. Is Chrome? Sure, that works.
Sure.
Yeah. No, why doesn't it look like that?
Right? No,
Well,
like that's. I think, but like Game Freak will never be able to make a game like this. So like. So let's say Game Freak doesn't want to change. Let them continue making their game the way they do and keep exploring new areas and stuff like that. And then have another developer under Nintendo or something like that do this.
Oh God.
Like I think that's a decent compromise.
Yeah, that's not bad.
The demand is out there.
Someone made a grid of the Pokemon that are missing.
Oh God.
What does yellow mean? Because some are listed in green, some are listed in
maybe unknown. They're not sure yet.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if it says.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see. So okay, it doesn't say, but yeah. So and then there's pink. Oh, that means they have a version that's in this game. Got it.
A version.
Yeah. So like, Rapidash, for example, has the unicorn.
Right.
So yeah, no.
So Pokemon's happening. I've only about 2 gyms in, and it's been Pokemon so far.
Oh God.
So I have nothing like big or amazing to announce other than people now people are talking about it again, and they're sharing their list of Pokemon that aren't going to be in it. I put myself in the dark so that I could discover all the new Pokemon, because that's half the fun of a new Pokemon game.
Okay.
But been finding some new Pokemon, and I don't know, they're crazy. I haven't found anyone that's like a new favorite.
Oh, okay. I figured it out. What it is. So the yellow they're in the data files for the game, but not actually in the game.
What?
Yep. They are.
So maybe they're working on finishing that and putting it out eventually.
Maybe
working those Pokemon in eventually.
Maybe. That's the problem here. Maybe.
That has to.
So I mean, here's the list of those then. The Bulbasaur and Squirtles The the Alohan version of Vulpix and Ninetales. Basically all the Alohan versions.
I believe it's Alolan.
Alolan, whatever the fuck.
I like that
It's,
you went for the Gohan pronunciation.
it's fucking dumb. That was a whole. The Sun and Moon games were stupid as
It's
hell.
based on Hawaiian culture. That's
Oh
about.
god.
That's why you said Alohan.
Yeah, I know, but still, like, just like of
That
all the ideas.
I don't
And then
know. Yeah.
there was just the most baby mode gym ever or game
If they
ever.
if they had not changed the gym style, like
Celebi's
that
in
would
the
be fine.
Celebi's in the files.
Okay.
Mew, but not Mewtwo. Oh no,
Uh,
Mewtwo's in it. Mewtwo's in it. Celebi, but
Mewtwo's okay.
Lugia and Ho-Ho aren't.
Okay.
Um, the Star one. Um,
The star one.
yeah, the Star Legendary.
Jirachi.
Yeah, that's it. He's in the files.
Okay. Weird.
Keldeo.
Yeah, Keldeo.
All the Gen 4 legendaries are in the files.
Okay.
Um,
I've been seeing a lot of Gen 4 nostalgia kicking up.
well, yeah, it's because those kids are finally old enough to have that.
I know. And I find it weird because I slept entirely through Gen 4.
That's my cutoff point, man. Like I played through 3, and then after that, it's all blur until 6.
I was falling off it 2. I was aware that 3 happened, and I was like, okay. And then I didn't even realize 4 really happened.
Looking at first gen, they're also they made the evolution Gyarados. Okay, hold on. No, we're good. We're good. It's just a different form of Gyarados isn't in it.
Yeah,
Um,
no, there's still some stuff to discover in Pokemon. They've apparently made some. The developers have made some choices.
I'm
Let me tell you,
mad.
one thing that's weird about playing Pokemon on a console is that it's still like the mobile structure. So I can't tell you the amount of times I tried to turn the camera so I could see through this cave better, and my camera is fixed because it's
Uh,
Pokemon, and
man,
it's
so
like
they didn't change
one of a
that.
few different things.
Wow, they didn't change that either.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. You could tell that the way that this game was made, it was like we've only made mobile games. We're just gonna for this. They asked us to make this for the Switch. Let's figure this out.
God, I fucking just. I'm actually mad at reviewers that are giving this a pass. I'm very not happy with reviewers that are giving this a pass. Like
It
game.
doesn't help that like the loudest of the Dexit people are also like obnoxious and get angry over the smallest thing.
No, I agree, and those people are also idiots. But like, I'm looking at this game and I'm like, why does it look like it's from when I was a teenager? You know,
Yeah.
why is this game from one of the most biggest multimedia franchises ever
Yep.
look like a 360 game from 2006? If
I
we're
imagine
being
I
if,
imagine the majority of their money is from merch.
if we're being generous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I did almost buy a Charmander plush at GameStop that was as big as my leg.
Yep.
So you're
I'm
not
surprised.
wrong.
I was gonna say if you had more space at your place, I'd peg you as someone who had a Snorlax beanbag.
I totally want to buy one, man.
I know.
I'm thinking about once I get rid of the couch. Think about
Okay, Jesus,
that. Oh, that
that's a trade.
that couch is a piece of crap anyway, and I need less furniture when I eventually move. So yeah,
Fair. Well,
in my crappy one bedroom Auburn apartment.
right.
I would rather have a beanbag, a Snorlax beanbag.
That's fair.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, no.
it's frustrating as hell. But you know what? The one way I give them a pass is that it's as far as I've played so far, it's been the traditional Pokemon experience. I just don't get to play as some of my favorite Pokemon, which I'm bummed about. But whatever. I'm just kind of going through it like I want to discover what the new Pokemon are. What would my team makeup be if I just had all new Pokemon? What would it be like?
I'm curious to that as well. I do have a giant Snorlax plush. Ray got me for Christmas last year.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Currently, I started with Sobble.
Mm-hmm.
I just went that way, and then I have a Pokemon that I think is called Thievul, which is the evolution of a fox Pokemon called Nickit. And that Thievul looks like if Swiper was a Pokemon, sort of like
Interesting.
more anatomically correct for a fox, but it's a fox with like a bandage over its face and a mustache.
Huh.
Yeah. Then I don't have a couple others. One's just like cream, just floating, like a floating bunch of cream that you put in like your coffee or whatever. That's Pokemon.
I'm just
Yeah.
Like once again, I go back to my original point. Is like I understand, but like they're like GameSpot and IGN both gave this shit a 9. Like they give this shit a 9.
Yeah, a 9's a bit much.
Like a 9 out of 10. Like as in like this is one of the best games of the year. This
right.
is oh yeah, and also this is a $20 premium on top of this because this is now a
That's right, $60 now because it's a console game.
Console game.
Mm-hmm.
In quotes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I like for me, I've just been mad about this franchise. Like, I feel like people's just catching up to my anger.
Well, yeah.
I've
Again,
been mad about
there are different thresholds.
like I've been mad about this for when did that came out in 2013? So Gen 6. So like, yeah, I'm mad about this for 6 years. Y'all finally caught up. You know.
I mean, yeah. Again, the thing is, like, people had their concerns about those games, but again, it just was never enough. It'd be nice if they changed it to this, but it finally took the one thing to tip them over, and goddamn, did Nintendo do it?
Yeah, well, I mean, this was just years and years of shit piling on, and then you throw on the expectation of a new console, and it's like, well,
the moment they did it was a console Pokemon. Like people, that's the thing. They've been talking about it for years. Fans would share images like, imagine what a console Pokemon game would look like. They had their own references. They didn't have to do any concept art for that new game because people had drawn it already.
So I got a news story about this game.
Oh, good. Okay.
So that's so much has been said about the Pokemon Sword and Shield compendium. Game Freak says no plans to change it, but some players are taking matters in their own hands.
Oh,
Pokemon
boy.
hackers have been tinkering Sword and Shield's game files to see what's hidden. Apparently, some cut Pokemon are technically contained, even if they're not usable. It's possible that some of these Pokemon will be released in the future as event goodies. Hackers, meanwhile, are using specialized tools to import older models from Pokemon Let's Go into Sword and Shield. Known hacker as Skyers M tells Polygon they added another entry into the files, which he dictated what models can appear in game. From there, he used a save file editor to edit in Yamper into a level 50 Amistar, which technically isn't available in the game yet. Animations on entering battle is pretty broken, but it works okay other than that. Stats are broken. And this was originally edited from Yamper that I didn't bother giving legit moves. He says the process took about an hour of work, but that's not counting the hours that have gone to creating and maintaining save editors, obviously.
Okay.
Needs a ton more work, of course, but it's cool to see it functioning. The Omastar model, while usable, is missing some animations that Let's Go can't account for, such as those pertaining to the camp activity. The Omastar also doesn't have legitimate moves or stats. This is more of an early proof of concept than anything.
Oh, yeah.
The hacker makes it clear that simply injecting an older Pokemon into Sword and Shield that didn't take much time. It will take quite a long work to get it up to snuff with sorts of things that people expect from a real monster. In addition to the upscaling textures, these hackers' creatures also need a bevy of new animations, among other things. Bringing back old Pokemon seems hard, but doable, he says. The hacker plans on helping build the tools necessary to plot out stats for missing monsters, with the hope that others will pick up issues such as animation and colors. Given that Pokemon has a long history of hacking, it's a matter of time before players transform Sword and Shield into the game they want. Let's see. Also, the modders have taken an opportunity to fix the shoddy trees.
Jesus.
Oh,
Whatever.
this looks bad.
No, it's gonna
This,
continue.
this just, oh my, dude, someone's getting fired. So, this
Ah!
kind of shit, someone gets, I want you to go on Japanese LinkedIn and look up game devs and see how many are from Game Freak in, the next month.
Oh, I don't know. If I imagine the sales figures are through the roof.
Yeah, man, Nintendo doesn't like bad press, though.
I mean, that's fair, but I don't know. That's the thing. Is that again? I've said it a couple times now. It is, as far as I've seen so far, a perfectly servable
But,
Pokemon game that is lacking some favorite Pokemon, which then draws my eye to other issues.
oh yeah, speaking of Nintendo, I forgot to mention this. I picked up the 3 new amiibo.
Oh, which ones were those?
Yeah, I had them pre-ordered.
Well, which ones?
Simon Belmont,
Yeah,
Incineroar,
yeah.
and Crom.
Okay, cool. Uh,
Um. Anyway.
but yeah, that's all. I think that's about everything I've played this week.
All right. Well, I'll probably have more on that because I'm gonna be locked to my desk at work most of the week.
Okay.
So that means gonna have to. That means gonna probably be playing a bit of Pokemon on my breaks and whatnot. So I'll hopefully get into that. If not, it'll definitely be next week because of Thanksgiving holiday.
Sure.
So we got news.
News.
First one's gonna be quick. Disney announces 5 new Marvel movies through 2023.
Okay.
Ant-Man 3, Captain Marvel 2, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Blade. Lastly, Ryan Reynolds met with Marvel to talk about Deadpool.
Cool.
They also said Ridley Scott's The Last Duel will arrive in 2020. And yeah, so there's
All right.
that. Valve has announced
Oh, we're getting to it.
that Half-Life Alyx VR is being revealed on Thursday.
Yeah.
It's not Half-Life 3 or Half-Life 2 Episode 3,
No.
but they have confirmed that Half-Life Alyx, a brand new Half-Life game for VR according to Valve, a full reveal is scheduled for Thursday, the 22nd at 10 a.m.
So, what do you think the odds are of this being disappointing?
50-50.
Yeah.
Because multiple people at Valve said they don't want to make Half-Life 3 until they can do something revolutionary.
Right.
Because with Half-Life 1, they revolutionized video game storytelling. And
Yeah.
Half-Life 2, they revolutionized physics and the first-person shooter.
Yep.
Seriously, that game, it's 15 years old, still plays like a modern video game.
Right.
It's crazy. So, I'm guessing VR is their way to revolutionize games again, and if they'll do it, we'll see.
Well, the VR is the place to do it because they haven't really quite figured out how to bring a full-on game to VR in a meaningful way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like people are struggling. They're dealing with motion sickness. People are struggling to stay in the VR headset for a decent amount of time to make real progress in a video game. You know, they got to figure that out, and Valve is putting out their own hardware. This is their Nintendo moment to be like,
How much is that Valve VR headset?
that's a good question. A lot.
A lot.
I'm just gonna say a lot.
Alright, Valve Index VR kit on Steam. Comes with a lot of shit.
Sure.
Come with headset, face gasket, headset cradle adapter for smaller heads, headset power adapters, headset power supply, cables, headphones, headset, 2 controllers left and right, 2 controller lanyards, 2 USB charging cables, 2 VR base stations, power cable for the base station stands, cleaning cloth. Whoo! Woo!
Okay.
Alright, so note, this is for 2 players, and it does do the HTC Vive thing.
Uh-huh.
Dear Lord, I still just... Damn, son. $1,000.
Yep.
And the computer you need to drive this be
Mm-hmm.
quad core or higher, and a 1070 or higher is recommended.
Yep.
And you will available USB 3 Plus port required for headset through camera and USB port support. And otherwise, if you're looking for older DisplayPort version 1.2 and USB 2.0 and a 970 or Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That is ooh.
The VR is not going to have widespread capability until sometime next generation.
Until these prices come down.
The prices have to come down, which will come with time.
Like, let's put it this way. GameStop has a Black Friday deal for a PlayStation VR bundle. That's $200. It's $200. It comes with 2 games. Now, assuming that if you're on a base PS4, all those games look like shit.
Yeah.
They look just like shit. They be able to run fine, but they look like shit. And then, if you're on PS4 Pro, they look a little better, and things of that nature. But even then, this is a $200 to $300 peripheral, not including the Move controllers.
Right, yes.
That is a hard pill to swallow.
And then add on top of all of that, what games are like must play in VR that like make you want to actually go all in on that. I would love to play Super Hot in VR. Is that going to make me want to go out and buy one? No.
Like Beat Saber VR is great.
Beat Saber is great. Am I going to buy a VR, the whole VR getup for Beat Saber?
No, absolutely not. Like, what? No, you'd be a crazy person.
Exactly.
Let's see. So, yeah, so if you want the full kit, 2 Move controllers, a headset, and 2 games, you're looking at $350.
Yeah.
If you just want the headset and a camera, you're looking at $300. Now, that does not include sales, of course. And like they said, they have that's that Black Friday sale coming up, where it's the headset, the camera, and 2 games. Go find 2 controllers on the cheap. You're looking at like $250. But still, like,
yep,
man,
it's a lot to swallow, and they need to come up with a game that
that doesn't include the system you need to run it.
Right, exactly. Hopefully you just have that lying about in the house.
Yeah, hopefully you already have a badass computer or a PS4 Pro. Otherwise, that's more money.
Yeah, no, you have to buy a console or console-esque, like, pre-made PC setup along with your headset and all that.
Exactly. And it's just like, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot. And even if they get, Half-Life, if there's a name that could bring legitimacy and really start getting the ball rolling on stuff like that.
The thing is, though, is like, if there's one thing that the Neo Geo proved, at some point a price is too high.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if there's anything that wonderful, beautiful system proved, it's at some point a price is like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yep.
Even for me, like, I love Half-Life. Big fan. Not paying $1,000.
It's... What could they be doing with this?
Putting out a rad video game and hoping it convinces people to buy VR.
Do you think it'll be rad?
I think they think it'll be rad. It'll actually be rad. Like I said, 50-50 shot.
There's a reason they didn't put a 3 there.
I think that's definitely part of it. If they
Yeah,
would have put 3 there, that would have been like, oh shit.
they figured it out.
That is a big boy move.
Yes.
That is a
This, it seems like a setup for. That's the thing. It's this paradox. Like, imagine you're Valve and you're like, so we have this Half-Life thing to show off. It's not 3. It's not 3. But it's something that we did with the Half-Life name. Do we want to do any marketing for it? Well, I feel, yeah, like you set up Half-Life in any context, such as this tweet. Guess what? Then Reddit's blown up and awards are going all over the place because this is it, boys. It's happening. And it's like, no, maybe, but I can't imagine. I don't know.
Alright, so I don't know, man. We'll see.
We'll see.
Well,
Alyx,
maybe it stars Alex Vance during the time period between Half-Life 1 and 2.
maybe,
Um,
maybe.
all
We'll
right.
see.
So,
I don't know what the story of Half-Life is.
it's okay. It's really complicated.
Great.
I got a bunch of news that pissed me off real good today.
Cool.
So, Street Fighter 5 is doing a championship edition.
Okay.
So what this is it's $30 for people who are the uninitiated, or a $25 update pass for people who own vanilla or arcade edition.
Okay.
And what it's going to be is it's going to be all the game modes and additions and balance patches. In addition, all the characters, if you don't have any, that are out yet, plus the upcoming season's character. Plus all the previous stages and costumes, which those were not included in those games. You had to buy those individually, and they were like $1 to $2 a piece, from what I remember. Except for the stages, which were like $6. So you're getting all 34 of those motherfuckers. You're
Yeah.
getting over 200 costumes.
Wow.
Which, once again, if you didn't buy any, which I haven't.
Yeah.
And the other stuff is mechanical. They're adding new characters, and they're adding a second V skill to the game, which actually I believe is a much needed addition.
Okay.
So yeah. That's
It made you mad?
made me mad. Here's
All
why.
right.
Here's why this makes me mad.
Okay.
Let's say you got a lot more than this to this game than I did.
Uh-huh.
Let's say you were fucking like, I was in this game for season 1 and then kind of fell off it because better games came out and I was busy with other stuff. But let's say you bought like half of those 200 costumes for like $3 a piece, $2 a piece.
Yeah.
And let's say like you actually did buy those stages.
Yeah.
And then you already bought a lot of those characters, or like, let's say you bought, like, I'm getting a lot of value out of this still because I didn't play in Season 4.
Right.
So I missed, like, 7 characters. I played 1, 2, and 3. So I missed, like, 7 characters, and so, but, like, let's say you paid for that as well.
Uh-huh.
Means you probably spent over, like, $100, like, over $200 on Street Fighter. And now you can get all that for like $30.
Don't give those fuckers money. Let me tell you, if you just buy the game and then you just don't buy the costumes, let me tell you, it's all right. You feel okay. You don't set yourself up.
Some of those costumes are really awesome, bro.
I know they are. I know.
One of them is Rashid dressed up as Beautiful Joe.
Oh, God damn it.
You can get your waifu in a wedding dress.
What?
That there's a costume of Chun-Li in a wedding dress.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those. Over to like I said, waifu simulator. So yeah, that's an upgrade pack for $25. I know I'm gonna jump on it, but still.
You felt like you spent money on this.
I might as well spend the $25 to complete the game.
They're counting on it.
And then also, I need to practice some fighting game that is actually played locally, because Dragon Ball is not anymore.
Oh yeah.
So I suck at Tekken, and like Street Fighter's the biggest community, so might as well. Like I'm bad at it, but you know, practice.
Yeah, that's what it
Um,
always is. That's what it always comes down to.
so they also announced a new character, Gil. He is from Street Fighter 3.
Gil.
Yep, Master of Fire and Ice. The other thing they added is a new game modes. So there's this thing called the V system, where there are V triggers, where like Ryu was my main. His ability was if you charge a Hadouken, you can charge your Hadouken now, and if you charge it all the way, it does not a hard knockdown, and it starts to do chip damage regularly. Like you do more damage as a whole.
Okay.
It's just adds a new ability or a new property to your character.
All right.
Once you charge the meter up to full. Well, now they're making it so they're selectable. So now this should make more characters viable by making it so characters that have a shitty V skill have a second V skill that maybe isn't shit.
Okay.
That is the thought process behind it for most of the community. Um, man,
Jesus, Gil looks like a JoJo character.
he does look rad. I'm not
Jesus
gonna
Christ. All right.
lie. But yeah, so he's from Street Fighter 3.
Yep. All right.
I'm mad at this fucking game.
And yet,
This whole night's just me mad.
sure.
Especially because Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 4 wasn't much better, but at least it was bigger bulk sums over less amount of time, so it felt less gross. Because at least I got all my costumes. At least all my modes.
Sure.
Like you bought vanilla, and then a year later you bought super, and then 2 years later you bought arcade, and then 2 years later you bought ultra. So it was broken over, it wasn't as gross in my mind because I was at least buying finished products. I didn't pay. Granted, once again, I didn't buy any of the costumes, so I'm actually getting a sweet deal out of this. But it's the principle that if you're someone who did buy all that shit and you were really into it, this is just them being sorry, fuck you.
Oh yeah, no, you're gonna pay money
Yeah.
because you're deep in this.
Yeah, I actually also the box does look sweet as hell. I might pay the extra $5 just to get the box product. I will say that whoever does their cover art, A plus, A plus.
Man.
Ugh, God. And it's not as good as 4. That's another thing that just pisses me off. But that's for
Yes.
that's another. That's for another time. And
We're here forever.
You know what the sad part is I remember when they announced Street Fighter 5 or right before they announced it, I was like what they should have done is they should have made it a free to play game. They should have made that free to play.
Yeah.
That way this costume shit wouldn't be nearly as gross. Because if that game was free to play and because it does have a system where you can earn the costumes and characters, but the grind for it's absurd.
Right.
One character is 2.5 months of grind.
Man.
So it's just unless you're exceptional at the online, of course.
Sure.
So, so what they should have done is they should put that shit out free to play. And this would not be could you imagine if this was free to play these past 4 years? Or no, 3.5 years, and then someone came out and they said, okay, we're releasing a pack that has all our current costumes and characters in it for $30.
I still think people would be mad if they paid money, right?
Yeah, but it'd be less gross, because, it's they did that for Heroes, they've done shit like that for League, where they do these big, new player bundles. But, it's versus, oh, you paid $60 for Street Fighter 5. And then 20 for season 2, and then 25 for season 3, And then you paid individually for each character in Season 4 because it wasn't a big enough season. And now you're paying $25 for this. Plus whatever you paid for the costumes and characters in between.
Right.
And the thing is like, earning shit for free is so ridiculous that's like, you know, like, once again, do what Heroes does. 90% of my Heroes roster I didn't pay for.
Okay.
And the ones I did, I, you know, grinded out the gold for because it's not particularly super hard. You can get enough gold for a character in about a week and a half.
All right.
You know, like if you do your dailies every day and you do the right grind.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I'd say 2 weeks. We'll say 2 weeks. Because some dailies you get that dumb 200 gold bounty and you're like, oh, this sucks.
Sure.
But yeah, so that just it infuriates me. And then like League, same thing. You can earn characters in League fairly quickly.
Sure.
And same with costumes and stages, and it's just like, and I feel like it's less gross when it's free to play. Because at that point, it's like, okay, I did not pay $60 for this base product.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially when if I reviewed that game, and I remember saying for $60, this game is incredibly thin.
Right.
And I didn't pay for it. I rented it, and then I bought the actual full game when it was $14.
Okay.
So, take that how you will. Fighting games. So, we got Black Friday stuff. We got a small story about the PS3 that's an anecdote that you find interesting.
All right.
And then a PS5 controller patent.
Ooh.
Alright, so Black Friday for Xbox One. You'll be able to save $150 on the Xbox One X, getting either the Gears or Star Wars bundle at select retailers for $350 instead of $500. Comes with a 1TB Xbox One X, Gears of War, or Last Jedi Fallen Order Deluxe Editions.
Huh.
If you're looking for something a little more affordable on the Xbox side, the Xbox One S 1TB comes with NBA 2K20 for $200, and there are other retailers doing other editions of the game. Go check those select retailers. And at Best Buy, they're doing a special bundle where you can get an all-digital version, so it's no disc drive, no Blu-ray, for $150. And it comes with Sea of Thieves, Forza Horizon 4, and Minecraft.
Okay, for $150? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And only that, controllers are down to $40 instead of $60. And then a lot of retailers have games discounted as low as $30, $25 to $40.
Okay.
Devil May Cry 20. I'm gonna go over some big hits throughout the year. Call of Duty 38. Devil May Cry 20. Crash Bandicoot Nitro Fueled 25. Forza Horizon 4 25. Gears 5 30. Halo 5 not new but 15. Kingdom Hearts 3 20. Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville 25. PUBG 15. Red Dead 2 30.
Wow.
Resident Evil 2 20. Sekiro 25. Let's see. Spyro Trilogy 25. Yeah. So that's the console bundles for the most part. Oh, actually, hold on. This one's new. GameStop just put out a bundle. Another one. Hold on. Yeah, they have that. So that Last Jedi bundle. They also have one of those. That's one of those for the regular S at $200, and they also have one at one of those $150 all digital bundles replaces Forza with Fortnite Battle Pass stuff. Also, most Microsoft games are 50% off.
Wow.
All right.
There's deals.
So if you are looking in Xbox land, there you go. But for some reason, Sony is going hard this Black Friday.
Ooh, alright.
They are going hard as hell. So, if you want PS4 Pro, you can get it for $300. In some cases, you can get it with a game.
All right.
If you want a PS4 Slim, you can get one at Target, Best Buy, Walmart, or Amazon, or GameStop, and it comes with The Last of Us Remastered,
Mm.
Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, and God of War
Wow.
for $200.
That's a good deal.
The box art for it looks rad as hell. Like, not gonna lie.
Okay.
And at Kohl's, you can get the PS4 Slim 1 TB Fortnite bundle, plus $60 Kohl's Cash for $200.
Okay.
So if you want different games, or if you just want some clothing with it, there you go. Or if you don't care about those games.
Right.
Now let's say you're VR shopping. You're VR shopping.
Oh dear.
They got the PSVR Mega Pack, which is the headset and the camera with PlayStation VR Worlds, Everybody Golf VR, Astrobot, Skyrim, and Resident Evil 7 VR for $200.
Really?
This does not include the Move controllers, of course.
Sure.
But you can still play all those games with the regular controller, I guess. So, I mean,
I wonder how Everybody Golf is in VR.
probably great. The Wii Golf games were great.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
That's actually one I expect to be really good.
You would think. I don't know.
I've heard Resident Evil 7 in VR is the way to play it.
Dude, I can't get myself to play that game because it scares me in desktop mode. VR, I would die.
I have so I want to arrange a series for the channel and eventually the site where we have Tori play through that game in VR.
Oh God.
I've said I'm going to talk to her and convince her.
Yeah, good luck, because you ain't convincing me.
Alright, so let's say you're looking for a bundle with 2 VR controllers, right?
Yes.
Well, you can get the headset, the camera, 2 controllers, and a game called Blood and Truth, along with Everybody Golf for $250 at Amazon and Walmart.
Okay.
If you want 2 Move controllers, you can grab this bundle that also comes with 2 excellent games. Kohl's is also offering a bundle that comes with Astrobot and Moss and $60 Kohl's Cash for $200. But that's the same bundle as the 5-pack. So I'm like, why would you do that unless you go to Kohl's a ton?
Sure. Okay.
PlayStation 4 controllers are $40 instead of $60. I might actually pick one of those up for myself. I only have 2. I kind of want a colored one. But on the other side of that, I also only have 1 Xbox controller and probably could use another. So,
sure, yeah.
PlayStation Plus memberships are 25% off for 1 year.
Okay.
As for games, the following games are marked down to $20. Spider-Man, Days Gone, Medieval. Medieval's been out a month.
Yeah.
Concrete Genie. Resident Evil 2. And actually make that Spider-Man Game of the Year edition is $15. And you can even get some games for $10, including God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Gran Turismo, Neo, Bloodborne, all of the Uncharted's, and Little Big Planet 3.
Okay. Wow.
Borderlands 3 is $30. I might give Days Gone another shot at $10.
Sure.
Let's see. Red Dead also $30. Monster Hunter Iceborne Master Edition is $30 at select retailers. Devil May Cry is $20 and is currently my personal game of the year.
Wow.
So if you want my favorite game of the year so far for $20, go out and treat yourself.
Okay.
And yeah, basically pretty much everything on the same. Plants vs. Zombies, Sekiro, etc., but with some PlayStation exclusives. You really can't top that. I cannot stress to you, $15 for Spider-Man Game of the Year, go get that shit.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, and Overwatch on these consoles is also $15, though you should really be playing that on PC.
You really, yeah.
I was talking with Anthony today, it's just like, I was talking with him like, it's rumored that the new video cards are hitting this year. I wonder if should I get a PS5 or just upgrade my rig. And he's like, well, you should probably find out what software is on the PlayStation first. I'm like, that's true, because let me tell you, if Spider-Man 2 is a first-year thing, that makes the PS5 a day one purchase.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it's my favorite Spider-Man story.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Did you finish it?
No.
No? Oh, dude. The ending. So good.
I've heard some stuff.
Yeah, speaking of PS5,
Yeah.
Japanese Patent Office has revealed that the PlayStation 5 controller is a thing.
Okay.
And there's a patent. The body of the controller is slightly larger or chunkier than the DualShock 4. The grip's more akin to the shape of an Xbox controller.
Oh, boy.
Rather than the almost tube-like of the DualShock 4. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I like the DS4.
Can you? Is there a picture? Can you link me to something?
Yeah, I'll link you an
Alright.
article.
Okay.
Article. Skype chat. The light bar has been removed and a USB-C port added. The triggers also seem to be a little bigger. The design rings true with the description Wired gave, which is being, quote, a lot like the DualShock 4 and having a USB-C charging port.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Huh.
Also, the console giant is considering a new studio acquisition in order to bolster their first-party lineup for next gen.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I just want them to be like, here. I just want to know already.
I know.
I just need to know, like, one, how soon, like, because if they come out and they don't show that many games, like, alright, cool, I wait. But,
Right.
like, if they just show, like, some banger games, like...
Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah.
It would be nice for that to happen for once.
Right. Yep.
Like, last gen was very... Like, last gen opened up with, like... They showed Infamous, and they showed Killzone, and those looked great, but then it was, like, vague from there on out. Until the first E3. And then Xbox came out with a bunch of bangers, but most of those didn't come out except for Forza and Sunset until year 2.
Yeah, that's true. Man, yeah.
So
Sorry, I'm looking at the controller right now. I love analyzing console controllers.
does it looks it looks
yeah.
almost identical to what we have now with some slight tweaks.
Almost identical, like the biggest change in my mind, really, other than, there's some quality of life changes. There's some different stuff, but like what I'm looking at is the rounding of the handles.
What I'm looking at
to be like an Xbox.
If this is backwards compatible, then how is this going to work without a light bar?
Right.
There aren't many games that use the light bar for actual gameplay, but there are a couple that use the camera and the light bar.
Such as
like Playroom.
okay.
That's the only one that really comes to mind, but...
Right. 'Cause the rest, I can't think of the light bar being integral to the gameplay experience.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately, I thought it was I love the light bar. I thought the light bar was great, but I imagine, do you think it's a cost thing or a space thing?
I think it's a battery thing.
Yeah.
I think that
then it's worth it.
The reason the battery life is shit.
Yeah.
On the PS4, look, let me tell you, the PS4 controller is amazing. It's one of the best controllers ever made, but its battery life is shit.
Yeah.
Here's the ranking. PS4 is shit. Xbox is above average. I don't know what Nintendo does to those Pro controllers, but they're the best battery life I've ever seen on a controller.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, so looks interesting.
Yeah. Which reminds me, Stadia just came out, didn't it?
Did it?
I think so.
Oh yeah,
Google Stadia.
Microsoft had that event last week where they showed off a new game by Rare and a new game by Obsidian. Oh yeah, we're gonna do the last big story for us. Master Chief Collection hits PC on December 3rd.
Yes.
as part of Game Pass. The
Yes.
PC will only initially have access to Reach,
Right.
and then they're going to release them over time in order after that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. ODST 4, sorry.
Reach is a good game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm ready for some Halo.
I'm ready to play through all 6 of those Halo games with you.
No problem.
Great.
We can do that.
Want to stream/record it?
Of course. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Also, if you're not inclined to have this on Game Pass, everyone, you can get it on Steam or Microsoft Store for $40.
Okay.
You cannot beat that.
This is for the Master Chief Collection.
Yep, the whole thing. If you just want Reach or the games individually, they're $10 a pop.
Oh, okay. That's whatever.
So that breaks down to $60, by the way.
Is that with a working multiplayer?
Yes, that is with
Yeah,
working.
those are great deals.
As for, they haven't listed any of the specs for recommended other than a 64-bit processor and operating system. But man, listen to the kind of toaster that can run this on minimum.
Yeah, all right.
An Intel i3 3550.
Okay.
An NVIDIA GTS 450.
Wow.
And doesn't list anything beyond that. So that's ridiculous.
How much? Yeah.
Doesn't list RAM. Doesn't. So for the AMD equivalent, a Phenom 2 and an HD 6850. Oh, God. I mean, the game's fucking old. Like, that makes sense.
Well, it absolutely does, but it's like, it's funny seeing this game come out now. And it's like, I wonder what the player base is going to be like. Not just like Halo fans, but like new kids getting in. They may not necessarily have the most expensive computer, but they have this thing that can run Halo, and guess what? There's an active player base
of 30-year-old men ready to beat the crap out of them.
Whatever, they're kids. They're going to go on to esports. There's going to be Halo esports, and it's going to be all 15-year-olds.
That just fucking my mind trying to figure that out for a second, and I'm just like, what? Because you look at Halo esports now, it's all 20-somethings.
Well, yeah, because that's not where it's at now.
Yeah, it's all about Fortnite. Alright, anyway. Yeah.
I have nothing else to say about Fortnite.
So happy about this. But yeah, so what were we talking about before we shut off on that Xbox thing? The Xbox event happened.
The Xbox event stuff happened.
Master Chief Collection.
I brought up Stadia just to look at the controller.
Oh, yeah. Microsoft showed Project X Cloud.
Oh, okay.
And it made Stadia look like a giant piece of shit.
Great.
And the game selection on Stadia also looked like a giant piece of crap.
Yeah, I wonder how this goes. And the launch, from what I hear, has not been going well.
Oh, it hasn't?
Like, some features that were advertised as launch, they announced, like, weeks before launch that it wasn't going to be at launch. So the controller has issues. So
I'm going to do a roundup of everything that was at that Xbox event, because it was kind of like a mini E3 for them.
Okay.
It was their equivalent of PlayStation experience. So
I watched it for a little bit, and then like some other stuff was happening, and then I was watching and I just got frustrated and I left.
Everwild, new rare game, looks great. Reminds me of Journey. The Seabound Soul, Sea of Thieves getting another update. Apparently the game's really popular. But
Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess
it's a good game, but you need to have like a group of people to make your own.
We have a group of people. We just need to fucking schedule it.
Look, we're adults, man. It's hard.
I know. It's not like back in the day where it's like, after school.
I tried to play solo, and then within 50 feet of sailing on my own little tiny boat, a sea monster came up and destroyed my boat and killed me. And the game's like, ready to go adventuring again? And I uninstalled. No, I didn't uninstall, but I X'd out. All
right, we should try and schedule some Sea of Thieves.
Let's see if we can get some.
If anything, some content based around Sea of Thieves.
Sure.
All right, Grounded, a new survival game by Obsidian.
Okay.
Tell Me Why is Death Knock's next game from the folks behind Life is Strange.
Right.
I don't. I wasn't big on those games, but I don't know. I might give them
I
another
think there's
shot.
totally an audience that would love to have a game like that because there aren't a lot of games that are like those
I
games.
would just like I'd like it without all the supernatural stuff. Actually, just
Oh,
get
I see what you're saying.
just give me a drama.
Right.
Just look, man. I know that video games have this thing where we always need some like supernatural something. Like, nah, bro. Just admit to what this is. So yeah, there's that. Bleeding Edge, the new game from Ninja Theory.
Okay.
Project X Cloud. They detailed a bunch of games that were on it. That over 50 titles are coming to the X Cloud preview, and that'll extend to Windows PCs next year. Most probably, you'll be able to use X Cloud to play any game available on Xbox Game Pass.
Wow.
Dude, did Stadia just get dunked on?
Uh,
Hard.
yeah.
Microsoft was just like, nah, son. Because, like, Stadia, you have to pay for the service, and then you have to pay for the games.
Yep. They can
Oh,
take away the yeah. Yeah.
just done. MCC, Master Chief Collection. Flight Simulator gets a new trailer that looks incredible. Visually, I'm not saying gameplay wise. Like, I don't know.
Sure, sure.
Anthony's excited.
Good. All right.
Our friend Anthony loves flight simulators.
I would love to get the new Flight Simulator. I'm excited for
We got
that.
an Age of Empires 4 gameplay reveal,
Oh, right.
which, like, once again, that's super cool.
Sure.
We
Gameplay reveals in general. Thank God.
Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition
Yep.
coming soon. Crossfire X, that military shooter. It's been in China for a year. I don't
Okay.
know. Remedy Entertainment is bringing it to the West. Minecraft Dungeons out in April. Game Pass. They announced a bunch of new games coming to Game Pass, including all the stuff that they just announced from that conference. And then Rage 2, The Witcher 3, Remnant. People finally play The Witcher 3 if you're one of those two people who hasn't.
Right.
Age of Wonders Planetfall, Age of Empires 2. They announced a ton of stuff. Darksiders 3, My Friend Pedro. My Friend Pedro, that's one of the bigger games this year. Life is Strange 2. Oh yeah, the Yakuza games.
Yeah, the Yakuza games.
I implore you, everyone, please play Yakuza 0 if you haven't yet. Please, look, if you play Yakuza 0 and you don't like it, you can go tell me to fuck off. Okay? Like, you can call
Sure.
me a fucking idiot and tell me to go fuck off. But if you
Mm-hmm.
play Yakuza 0 and you love it, you're welcome. Because it's amazing.
And then you got 7 more games to play.
Yeah, you got 7 more games. 1's okay, 2 is great, 3 is good, 4 is freaking incredible, 5 is great, 6 is weird.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, 15, 13, 13, 2, 13, 3, and 12, The Zodiac Age, all coming to Game Pass on PC and console.
Okay.
Hope you like Final Fantasy. Same thing with all the Kingdom Hearts games coming to Xbox and probably eventually Game Pass.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. Chance
Wasteland
to play some Final Fantasy.
Wasteland 3 in Exile Studios under the Xbox Game Studios banner is now making Wasteland 3. I forgot, what did In Exile make? I want to say they're the Pillars of let's see, games. Oh, okay, they made the Bard's Tale 4, the Bard's Tale trilogy, Torment, and Wasteland 2. And
Okay.
Mage's Tale. Okay. So they're making Wasteland 3. Yeah, man. Hell of a lineup there.
Yeah. That's a good lineup.
Not bad for just like random Thursday in the middle of the month.
I mean, they sure put a lot of work into presenting that show
They
and
did.
wanted to make it a big thing.
They so certainly did.
Yep. So
And Game Pass, like, they're making it so Game Pass is almost essential, bro. Like,
I mean, yeah, I think they're really making a move with that.
I like this goes back. I made this point 3 E3s ago, and he was supposed to be a guest tonight to discuss it, but he got stuck at work. Thomas and I had a long argument that lasted all at E3, where I was just like, "Oh, Microsoft doesn't care about hardware anymore." And he's just like, "Well, they do because they're still selling the boxes. Look at this all access thing." I'm like, "Yeah, that's just a route into the ecosystem. They don't care. As long as you get in their ecosystem, they don't care.
They just want the money.
They won.
Hardware or software.
They have figured out a way to win either way. Like, sorry to tell you.
They figured that out outside of games.
Yeah, they're just applying their tactic that they used in Windows and that Google used on smartphones, they figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't care. Like, yeah, they're happy if you buy the box because that's more money, but that's not what the point is. Yeah.
No, it's not the point. But I think that they've been trying to make those consoles like entertainment centers, and they were trying with that for a while. I don't know.
Right, they wanted to be the living room box. They wanted to be but they realized that is not the way things have evolved.
Yep.
Like people thought they were.
Right.
And they decided, what's going to make us the most money? People just buying our software. And software from our ecosystem. Like, look at what Valve does.
And then they don't have to dump money into making hardware in the future.
Eventually, yes. Like, that's the thing that, I'm trying to explain to the console loyalists. Look, you motherfuckers, you don't understand. They are playing a different game now.
I like consoles.
I do
too. With Switch, they've established a way to continue making the console a thing. But
that's a different fucking animal altogether.
It is too.
But for this more traditional power beast type thing, you're right. They quit, but they went to go play a new game.
Right.
They got up. We're like, fuck this.
Yep.
We're losing. We've lost the market this generation. We're gonna focus on next generation. Hopefully that'll do well for us. We're also gonna worry about making money.
Right.
And we're going to worry about the Xbox brand. Oh.
No, the brand.
Hey man, yeah, I know it sucks. I say it. Look, I know I say these things because I know the truth. Yeah, and people's like, well, why? Like you said, why are they doing all access? Because let's say you grew up in a broke family, such as Aaron and I did. Or broke for a part of the childhood, anyway.
Yeah.
And you want a game console for the household. You want it would have been really easy to sell my mom on. $23 a month. Comes with all the games I'll ever need or want to play, outside of the occasional one I'd ask to buy, the online play, and at the end of 24 months we keep the box.
Right.
And then at that point, you don't want to lose your Game Pass. It'd be like losing your Netflix. Any games you've bought, you're already in the ecosystem. And at that point, when he's ready to graduate to PC gaming, well, he has all these games on the Microsoft Store, so might as well keep buying games there. It's the bigger, they're thinking...
Things were out that way, yeah.
Yeah, they're thinking the big picture. That's what they're thinking of. That's just one revenue. If you're a PC gamer and you want to fucking do everything on your PC, great. As long as you're buying shit from our store or you're buying Game Pass, awesome.
Right.
Same thing with like everyone. It's not like they're doing the exact opposite tactic Sony is. Sony really wants you to buy the fucking box.
Yeah.
They really want you, like, yeah, PlayStation Now is on PC, but you can only stream games, and the library is very limited, and they don't have support for much external devices, but, like, man, if you want to play those exclusives, you gotta buy the box.
Yeah.
You wanna, they invested in all these studios to provide things that are not on PC, not on phone, not in a streaming service. They are just for the fucking box, and they make sure that you want to get the box so you can play the software. They're using the same playbook that they have used since 1995, and you know what? I can't blame them because they have the 4 best-selling home consoles ever, or they have 4 of the 5. Sorry. Out of the 5 best-selling home consoles, they have 4 of them.
Yeah.
The Wii is the one in there that's not.
Right.
So, I can't argue with their tactic. It's going to work for a while. But
yeah, it's not going to work. Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Especially because I'm telling you what's going to happen eventually is Microsoft is going to go to EA and be like, how about this? How about we'll charge an additional $2 for Game Pass, and you put all those EA Access games on Game Pass. And we'll give you a nice cut of this pie.
Right.
And if you want to do Origin Premiere, you can add an additional fee onto us. And EA is gonna hop right in eventually, especially if Game Pass gets enough members. And then they're gonna do this again, probably with Ubisoft. And those are really the only two. Oh, or sorry, not Ubisoft, Epic. And then at that point, it's gonna be all right. Well, are like for anything that's not I can either buy this system that has everything that is not Sony coming out for, at that point, let's say $20 a month.
Yeah.
Let's say what we pay for GameFly, so $25. I'll highball it. So for $25 a month, you get access to almost every video game besides PlayStation and Nintendo exclusives, day one, or within the first couple months, on this platform. Or you have to buy all the games individually, but you get these hot, really unmatched exclusives on the other platform.
Right.
Dude, 90% of consumers are going to go the other one.
You would think.
Like, most. But we'll see. Anyway, I had a couple more small news stories to clean up and a feel-good story.
Okay, alright.
2K's social media got hacked.
Oh, God.
They got hacked, said a bunch of awful stuff. Perfect example is 2K Games. My cock is hard.
God.
2K Games, if we get 10,000 likes, it was actually from the WWE Twitter, which 2K owns. The 2K game. And it said, I'll 10,000 likes and I'll release a video of Randy Orton and someone else banging a hooker.
Okay, great.
Aqua is the best, and that's on Phonem. 10,000 likes, I'll release something insane on 2K. Tweet
Jesus.
at Keemstar on Twitter. Oh, no. This was for hours.
Oh, my God.
This lasted for hours. They kept hopping between accounts and changing passwords.
Oh, my God.
Get in. Yeah, no, it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. Hold on. Let's see. Chucklin, Aqua in this bitch, Keemstar. The game is shutting down because Chucklin Squad is dying to shut it down. Its servers in the entire game. Lol. That's regards to Mafia. Let's see. We are aware the social media accounts across 2K label have been compromised and offensive materials being posted. That does not reflect the value of 2K and our partners. We are actively working to fix this as soon as possible. That was WWE Twitter. Someone responses, are you aware of your game-breaking glitches? Someone posted a girl being nut on as the
Oh
primary picture for
man.
all of them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so
I was cleaning a building today and there was a magazine sitting on a table from it was called the New York Times Magazine. And it was just a picture of a wet cat and it just said, "So the internet didn't go as we planned." And that's all I can think
man,
about.
if you would have gone back to like the 1960s or 70s even the 80s and said, "We have this thing that has the entire history and knowledge of mankind, and you can talk to anyone you want at any time in seconds with this device in your pocket that's barely bigger than your wallet, and it can call, take pictures, do all this other stuff, that you can send pictures, and you can talk to someone, anyone in the world at any moment, and get any information you want at any moment." What do you think that would cause? They'd probably be like, "Yo, you guys live in a utopia, probably."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Nope. Sir, let me direct you to Brave New World. Let me, let me direct you. Well, it's not out yet, but let me direct you to Deus Ex.
Sure.
Let
Yeah.
me direct you to all dystopian cyberpunk fiction. And then the same thing happened to the FIFA team.
Okay. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's huge.
So, yep.
I didn't hear about it. So I somehow
I,
missed it
I
all,
only
but
heard about it because I follow 2K on Facebook and started seeing insane posts. And I was just like, what? And then I saw the ones from the WWE, and I'm just like, Ray, you need to see this.
Oh man.
Uh, so,
Amazing.
no surprise, Call of Duty is the best-selling game that last month on PlayStation, followed by Ghost Recon and Outer Worlds. Good on Outer Worlds team.
Sure.
And Grand Theft Auto 5 is number 8, proving that somehow, some way, someone doesn't own a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5.
I know, right? What I mean, I see people coming in to buy I've seen people come in to buy like PS3s like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
You never know where people are at.
yeah, that's true. But I mean, then also on the other side of that, I've totally thought about like buying people I know PS3s because there are a lot of great games on that thing that cost pennies on the dollar.
That's true, and it's out there,
Yeah,
you know?
like man, if you want to live a generation behind, save
It's
all that
cheap.
money.
It's a cheap way to live,
Um,
and there's a lot of good games.
yeah. Um, let's see.
Anything else going on?
Alright, so, last story. Sorry, I had to respond to something real quick.
Yeah.
So, part of the reason that the PlayStation 3 launched a year after the 360. It was supposed to launch in spring, only a couple months after.
Okay.
In an interview on IGN's Unfiltered, a podcast, a very good one, I recommend it to almost anyone, where he sits down and interviews big name people from the game industry. Peter Molyneux, Jack Tretton, Seamus Blackley, God, what's the name? The dude who, other big name with PlayStation, I'm forgetting his name.
You said Jack Trenton.
Yeah, anyway,
Mark Cerny.
No, but
Okay.
anyway, I'll look it up. Hold on. No, it was actually with Xbox.
Kazurai.
No, it was with Xbox. Actually, correction. It was. IGN. God, this is gonna drive me nuts.
Current big.
No, former at Xbox.
Jay Allard.
No, has the tattoo. Same era.
That's not Major Nelson, right?
No.
No, I don't know that guy.
He had the tattoo. He worked on the Dreamcast as well.
Jesus.
God, this is gonna drive me nuts.
You're gonna think of it the moment you walk away.
It's not Aaron Greenberg. He's still at Xbox. Shit. Shit. It's not Robbie Bach or Ed Freeze. Peter Moore!
Oh, Peter. Oh, Peter Moore.
Peter Moore with his
God
fucking
damn.
Halo and Grand Theft Auto tattoos.
Isn't Peter Moore? Wasn't he was at EA for a while, or is he still at EA?
He went from Dreamcast to Xbox to EA to retired.
Oh, is he retired? Damn.
Or I don't know where he is now, but he's not in video games anymore. I'll look him up.
Man.
Peter Moore, businessman.
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 Okay.
EA now he works. Is the CEO of the Liverpool Football Club.
Oh wow. I guess when you have that kind of money,
Um,
that's a big deal.
yeah, so he worked at Sega. He was at Reebok, and he was also a PE teacher in North Wales.
Okay.
And then after
Wow.
Reebok, he was hired by Bernie Stoller. Oh, that massive fuck up. Said that, yeah, this is the man who said that America didn't want Final Fantasy VII or JRPGs.
Oh right.
Despite owning a Sega Saturn, Moore knew little about games. However, he rose to prominence in Sega, being a big figure in the company's North American operations during Dreamcast. He played a pivotal role in the company's decision to change business strategies to become platform-agnostic publisher. And he was president and CEO of Sega America. Then we had tremendous 18 months. Dreamcast was on fire. We really thought we could do it, but then we had a target from Japan that we couldn't make X hundreds of millions of dollars by the holiday season and shift X millions of units of hardware. Otherwise, we couldn't sustain business. So on January 31st, 2001, we said Sega's leaving hardware. We were selling 50,000 units a day, then 60, then 100, but it was not going up enough to get critical mass to take on the launch of the PS2. Somehow I got to make that call, not the Japanese. I had to fire a lot of people. It was not a pleasant day.
No.
He also portrayed a zombie in the film adaptation of House of the Dead.
Sure.
He's also credited in the special thanks of the 2012 book, A History Titled Service Games, Rise and Fall of Sega.
Oh
Covered
yeah.
his entire... I'm going to write that down so I can read that later, because I have not read that book.
Sounds
Anyway,
interesting.
January 2003, Microsoft hired him to help complete with PS2 and GameCube. He gained notoriety, this is the story I love, for when revealing the release date of Halo 2, he got it tattooed on his left arm, pulled it up, and then showed it to the crowd at E3.
Yep.
2 years later, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, my mic cut out for a sec. 2 years later, at E3, he said, and I saved the big guns for the big guns, and pulled up that Grand Theft Auto was no longer a Sony exclusive. And then said that Microsoft was getting timed exclusive DLC. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
And then also reported endorsing the Wii as an alternative over the PS3, claiming the price of $600, the consumer could buy both an Xbox 360 and a Wii.
Oh man.
I love that. God, that was one of the most dogging fucking things in the world.
Yep.
Then in 2007, he ran the sports division at EA. He is parodied on South Park at the Crack Baby Athletic Association episode. And then in 2012, he said that the game industry was going to shift towards free-to-play, believing in 10 years the industry would have entirely shifted. Not looking that way, but okay. And under his leadership, games such as Star Wars: The Old Republic and Command & Conquer Generals 2 focused from a single-player campaign into free multiplayer microtransactions. Old Republic was an MMO, but that second part for Command & Conquer kind of sucks.
Right.
On December 2015, he was appointed as the Chief Competition Officer at their new competitive games division. That just seems like a title of, like, here is this corporate float title. We're just going to have you just sit here and make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, wouldn't it be great to get one of those jobs? And Liverpool, he left EA to go be the CEO of the... That is such a weird career.
Yeah, how did the amazing career path there? But
That dude,
whatever you got to do.
that dude went from bachelor's degree and a master's degree at California State University. He worked for Patrick USA, the subsidiary of French's Sportswear, then Reebok. Then he was a PE teacher, and then went to go work for Sega. What, man? We were born 10 years too late. Because let me tell you, how great would it be to be able to be like, oh, I'm a PE teacher. Let me go work for a game company.
Yep.
Like, I could do that shit as an insurance salesman now. I can go to Xbox and be like, hey, man, let me help in one of your business divisions. Anyway, IGN Unfiltered. Highly recommend you listen to it. They have 46 episodes, with the newest one being Phil Harrison, who talks about his time at the early days of PlayStation, through his time at Microsoft and the late Xbox 360, to his time now at Google with the Stadia. Man, that man really bet on a losing horse this time.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But I'm sure Google pays him plenty of money.
Yeah, at some point, does he lose?
Yep. Anyway, so PS3 was supposed to come out like in March of 2006. Came out in November, a full year after the 360, which is a part of the big reason the 360 got so much momentum, had a full games library, and was cheaper when the PS3 came out. Many wondered why that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sony was confident it could hold the lead it generated during the lifetime of the PS2, and the release was scheduled to be international. The thing that actually slowed down production, however, was the hardware of a tiny component. It was a laser diode on the Blu-ray drive. It was a 5-cent component.
What?
Alright, so he elaborated. In this particular case, the shift from a red laser diode to a blue laser diode was actually quite a sophisticated change in the way the optical head on the drive worked. It was a little bit of physics and a little bit of chemistry mixed together, because it was really a crystal that you're making, and they just couldn't make enough. According to Harrison, that caused the PlayStation 3 to be released later than we would have wished for. Demand for the diode simply outstripped the supply, leading to the delayed launch, although the target release was originally rather flexible, winter.
Okay. Huh. Yeah. Man, making consoles and all that, it's weird. It gets weird.
Dude, I love hearing all the stories about how the 360 got fucked up across the way. I love hearing about how consoles are made in general. I literally want someone to go make a book about that. Like, I just want, Aaron, we should go make a book about that.
We can do that.
Or a series.
I don't know who to go to interview.
We're gonna do some homework.
Okay.
I'm going to do my damnedest to see. You know what? There has to be hardware. There has to be a bunch of hardware engineers that are willing to talk to us about this, right?
I mean, we can try.
There's a bunch of stuff about the Sega stuff out there.
Oh, Sega's always fun to talk about.
Xbox has a lot of stuff out there. So does Xbox has a lot of stuff out there just because people wondered what the hell happened.
Right.
One day I love the first comment though. Maybe one day we'll learn about the 1 cent part Microsoft decided to cut to save money that resulted in the Red Ring of Death. They cut the engineers out of the loop of any component. Source Dead 5 360s. Still probably adds up to about pennies per unit. They wanted to beat PlayStation to market so bad. They're kind of lucky they survived that mess. If it wasn't Microsoft back, the Xbox brand would have died.
Yeah, that was...
Man,
that was something.
I mean, it's true.
Besides the original Xbox being basically a Halo machine.
Oh, there were plenty of good games on the original Xbox.
There were plenty of good games, but I'm talking about mass appeal, especially against the PS2.
It was actually the Xbox just had its first year, its 1 year birthday last week.
What did?
Or not the 1 year. It's fucking 16th. No, God.
No.
20 minus. It's 18th birthday last week. Sorry.
Jesus.
The original Xbox.
Wow.
So, yeah, man. That thing is old enough to be an adult.
Old enough to smoke.
Are you smoking yet?
Red ring.
Oh,
Damn it. Maybe you
God.
shouldn't have smoked.
You should not.
Damn it.
Um, Lord.
All right.
Lordy. Actually, when I was at work, I actually did a top 10 Xbox thing that I pulled up on Twitter. This is off the top of my head when I was bored at work when the tweet came by. Halo, Halo 2, Burnout 3, Dead or Alive Ultimate, Project Gotham 2, Ninja Gaiden, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, Psychonauts, Mech Assault 2, Fable.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright.
Oh, God.
Alright. Well,
Original Xbox.
underrated system. Very
Yeah.
underrated.
I'll admit there's some nostalgia that
That,
kind of clouds my memory of the original Xbox, but
that thing was a gem of a system. Anyway, y'all, we'll be back next week.
yes,
I'm
we
tired.
will. We've been going at it.
Yep, sleepy time.
Especially you have going from doing your charity stream and then work and then you're in this.
Yeah, I did get that nice 18 hours sleep in the middle.
That'll
Uh,
help.
yeah, I literally woke up to eat a piece of key lime pie, then go back to bed.
Man, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, that was a real winner. Anywho, we love you guys. We'll be back next
Yep.
week.
Have a good week, everyone.